Hello, 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 hello. Hope everybody's doing well. We are back with session 3 of Tales from the Crimson Keep. We're going to be uh, playing with everybody who's down in the title. So if you're not already following them, grab them as or follow them because they're all wonderful people. Hello, Celeste. Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to be joining the Discord in just a second. Oh. Why is that like that? I don't like that. Stop it. Okay. Alrighty. Right. Just close that down. And selection. I need to add a new link within my own little stream deck. All right. I'll probably need to make myself just a wee bit smaller. Or I don't know. Let's see here. Let's try and position myself properly here. Yeah, that looks good. That's fine. Right there's good. Methinks. All right, let me hop into Discord with these other lovely, fine people.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like it. It's just not. I don't know if it's my computer, but the game's just not properly optimized.
Have you ever played another Korean MMO?
BNS and what's the other one? Lost Ark for a little bit, but not much.
Oh, I forgot Lost Ark was Korean.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah.
I looked at it and I'm like, it looks very Korean. The way that the combat and movement was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I see. How are you? Good
What's
bless
up?
you.
I am doing well. How's everybody else?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
That's good to hear.
Sounds
Kitty will be here
snacky.
in just a few minutes. I went ahead and I logged her into the game, but she'll be here in just a few minutes.
Copy that.
Yippee! I hope Lillamore's okay.
What?
No, her mom's struggling.
Yeah. Her mom having that
Oh, yeah.
today? Or
It was.
was it
I think it was
today?
yesterday or day
was it
before.
yesterday?
Yeah. She said that everything turned out
Okay.
okay.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Did she post about it on Twitter or something?
In Discord she did. Yeah.
Oh, she did in here?
Yeah.
In general.
Oh, yes. She posted in general. I was still looking in
Luffy, thank you
Time
for
to
the
get
stretch.
coffee.
Really appreciate it.
Coffee.
Hope you're doing well. I also, for once, have everybody's name in my stream title, so that worked out great.
You did it!
I did it!
Perfect for a cold day such as this.
Is there a limit to how many names you can put in?
There's a character limit. It's you have 140 characters to work with. So if you can fit everybody that you're collabing with into those 140 characters, you can.
140 characters?
Yeah.
Well, we've got, what, 6 right here?
I know, right? What a bunch of characters.
Well, we will have 6. They should just make it a separate
Alright.
thing from the title. It should just be like playing with, and then like you can put just a whole list and like people can click it.
Yeah. Excellent.
Me too, dude.
That being said, with that clearing the air.
I don't think that cleared it.
Really?
I don't think that cleared it.
I see what you did there.
Oh gosh!
Yeah, this session's kind of tough. PUBG.
Yeah, no, it's all coming
All right.
together now.
Oh, it depends, mate.
No,
I think it's
please
time to
So-
drink some more.
It's a little. Oh my gosh! No. So it's
That's
a little
psychic damage.
Gab, thank you so much for the
So it's an
hydrate. Appreciate it.
emotional damage. All right. So a recap. since I know Kitty said you said that Kitty's going to be here momentarily, I'm going to
Yeah.
go ahead and start off with the recap from
right.
session the second. So, session the
Thank you so much,
second.
Mecca. Enjoy your time
One
out
second,
and
let me turn off
about.
this adventuring music real quick. Going to hit the pause button. There you go.
Excellent.
Pause, Suncraft. Pause. Okay. Session the second. Road to New Corrydale. Our brave adventurers, bound by fate, unknowing what's ahead, ask their friendly local tavern owner what all their risks would be worth working together on the road, and more importantly, what was the reward. Sazzy filled in the gaps, telling them what they needed to know, with Daub providing some input of his own. The party had the option to go on foot, leading to a more prolonged trek, purchase a horse and cart, or take Sazzy's discount for a lesser horse and cart. The party preferred the middle option. When the question arose in their minds, the party asked what else they would be awarded. Sazzy providing an immediate answer in the town of Whitgate, or the district of Whitgate. Beyond the Basilisk Gate lay an old guard tower given to Derringers Daunted back in Sazzy's adventuring days. He offered to give that to the party should they not only return alive from their brush with the Goblin Horde, but also if they were to receive a letter of good report from New Corrydale. Upon these terms, stars alit in the eyes of our newfound adventurers, who also found out the place came with the simulacrum that guards its very grounds. It is then the party pulls together funds, mainly coming from Albion, as he gives 15 gold to the cause. Meanwhile, Amelia and Vitus donate 5 apiece to make the 25 needed for the cart and horse. Before they left, they discovered that they would have to pay a fee to stay there in this newfound keep, and as long as they get a good report from New Corrydale, then they would pay half the regular monthly amount, which was 50 gold. Fate takes the reins of the cart, murmuring to the horse something, but it is mostly indiscernible from its regular neighs, so it disregards her attempt at horsing around. The journey is slightly delayed as they make their way to aid the township in need, and along
Thanks,
the
Aether.
way there, not too far from the main road itself, the party finds itself in a
You
way
too.
of a already bloody skirmish. A lone cart sits in the middle of the crossing, which causes Fate to stop the cart a distance away. Before anyone can utter a word to the goblins, utter a word, before anybody could utter a word to the goblins ahead, the party hears loud screaming from a woman from the cart as a goblin attempts to pull her out, something which disturbs Aldian and causes him to spring, or rather axe, the goblin a question. He tosses his hand axe with the greatest of ease and quickly ends the goblin, but brings horror to the would-be victim and the other goblins around. Combat begins. Fate charges into the fray, unable to do much other than attempt to hit a goblin, and it falls short. She would make up for it later after casting Shillelagh on her quarterstaff. The goblins then take their opportunity to make something of the sudden
Oof,
combat and
sorry,
scramble to
Aether.
attack, but most attempts fall short,
I hope that you're able
except
to
for a
get some
lone
good rest.
archer who is easily spotted out by Amelia. During this chance of combat, another goblin attempts to awaken a hobgoblin off to the side and simply shakes him around, rattling all that's within his skull, leading to no results. Aldian then runs in, even after taking an arrow to the chest, and throws another hand axe, landing straight in another goblin's chest and causing the wannabe sniper to fall from the tree, down and gone. Agnar, the once strong and silent type, attempts to get into the action by running forth and landing a dart, but ends up throwing it past the closest goblin's head, causing the creature to question his aim. Vistra then takes aim, and unlike her comrade, she sends an arrow straight into the heart of another goblin, causing it to crumple to the ground in a bloody heap. The other goblins begin to take notice, and the sounds of combat begin to stir the hobgoblin amongst them. Off to its side, the goblin who tried to wake it earlier grabs
Thanks,
a war
Gab.
horn
Really
and attempts
appreciate
to
it. God
summon
bless you.
aid from a distance
Have a
off.
great day.
Unfortunately for the goblins, an ambulance would need to be called, and not for the party. Fate takes her empowered staff and smashes the closest goblin's head in front of her like a pumpkin, inspiring one of her fellow party members. Vitus, having run into the fray earlier with no means of attack, now found himself right above the still grounded hobgoblin, delivering a nasty smash attack with his flail and instantly deleting the hobgoblin threat. The party considered calling themselves the Smashing Pumpkins in that moment, unironically at that. The last of the goblins uses the horn still in his hand to dash away and blow a sound of retreat. Shouts from afar indicated the other reinforcements fled as well, and combat ended. Fate then closes in on the injured man. She tried to determine his liveliness or not and picked him up with cure wounds. He revealed himself to be Stefan Gerderson, husband to Sylvia Gerderson, the daughter of Mayor Corrydale. They revealed to the party they were ambushed on the way to Baldur's Gate, trying to resupply and gain support for more protection. 2 guards died in the process, ending their journey abruptly and caused Stefan to knock out the hobgoblin in an adrenaline-fueled attack. As Gavitas prepared to bury the guards on the spot, realizing they would weigh the cart down, the rest of the party checks the bodies of their slain foes, finding a collective 30 gold on the goblins and 40 gold chainmail armor, a longbow, longsword, and
Alright, chat,
shield
I'll
on the
be right back. I'm
hobgoblin.
gonna go make some
It
coffee
is during
for my
Gavitas'
beautiful
attempt
wife.
to bury the dead in a proper manner the party discovers or wonders if they could use Vistra's bag of holding that they recently discerned thanks to Aldian's combat experience prior to their meeting. They ascertained they could put the deceased in there, but not their friends amongst the living. With that, Stefan told them he would vouch for them in town to give them a place to stay within the confines of the barricades and seek shelter there. To that they agreed, and with Fate's help, they were able to discern the weather would be clear the rest of the way. Before they go, they discover this warband may potentially have links to the now defunct cult of the Absolute that ravaged Baldur's Gate nearly a year ago. New Corrydale was within range, and the party happened to save Mayor Corrydale's daughter and son-in-law in the process. News of elves being displaced and even captured by this vicious warband reached the ears of the newfound adventurers, bringing concern to all. What lay ahead as the adventurers seek rest? What aid does New Corrydale need, and how do they deal with the roving goblin warband? We can only find out in session 3, and I'm going to go ahead and get Suncraft to play his music again. And right, whoop, getting pings from everywhere here. What's this? We could talk about that later. All right, so now I'm going to. So the party is able to successfully move from point A to point B without too much trouble the rest of the way. It's not too far of a trek from where you're at your current destination at the crossroads. So you're able to bring the cart back into town here. Hold on a second. I thought I had already pulled up these guys.
Right now, I just see the combat encounter. Are we supposed to be on a different map right now?
Yes, just a moment.
Okay.
Let me get some tokens here.
And then while you're doing that, I'd like to say while we're back in the cart and on our way, I redon my chainmail.
All right.
On the ride.
Let me see here. So I can't remember which. Essentially, I can't remember which group I picked them from. So I'm just gonna pick 2 random tokens here. They're not super valuable. But here we go. Okay. Coolio. Now I'm going to swap us over. And you guys are dropped in to New Corrydale.
So many buildings.
Yes. There should be clouds over various buildings, and I put them over there to kind of simulate roofs because they didn't have any roofs over specific parts. So I've made roofs for them.
I can't see the clouds, but they are blacked out, so I can't see inside of them.
They're
Gotcha.
little,
So it
little
worked.
square and rectangular black clouds. They're cool.
It all works out. So, your cart pulls up to the very front gate, and the guards at first are a little bit weary because of the attacks that have happened on the town as of late. But as they see Stefan and Sylvia step out of the cart, waving their arms, they begin to lower their guard and open the gates immediately for the party to enter in. So your cart's able to pull in successfully and park its way just inside the gate. And so this opens up to you this scene that unfolds before you. You see the center part of New Corrydale, where there's hustle, bustle, and from what your ears can easily perceive, because of the other sounds of the forest being dulled, being so far away,
Hello, Netherrack.
You can hear the sounds of hammers and
J-Man
saws
Double.
and in general commotion.
everybody.
Almost the sounds of general construction, but it seems that things are mostly built, with the exception of holes in buildings. So, now pulling into New Corridale, what do you all seek to do?
I think we're supposed to go see the mayor.
The
Since
mayor,
we just
yes.
saved his daughter.
We should at least check in with him.
Yeah, we should like introduce ourselves. Yeah, sounds good.
So,
So, we got-
immediately trying to seek out the mayor of the town, you see Sylvia jump out of the cart and go running straight forward towards this man that's standing beside another gentleman who's in sturdy-looking scale armor, and an elf standing in front of them. As they're having this discussion, she goes running forward, and you hear her yelling, "Daddy! Daddy!" And she goes running forward and immediately swings her arms, like throws her arms around his neck, and catches him a little bit off guard. But he's surprised, but welcomes his daughter back in his arms. And Stefan motions for the rest of the party to follow along.
I follow him.
I follow, but
I suppose
behind
this is the-
Aldian.
Part that we start walking.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
All right. So we're all just lining. I was about to say we're all just lining up like in the back in the school days, and Fisher is going to be
Yeah, single
following along
file.
as well. Boop. Kind of almost like a single file line. But
Pick your
anyways.
Baldur's Gate formation.
Baldur's Gate formation. A phalanx. We're gonna form a phalanx.
Don't worry, I have my hand
shields-
axes in case something goes awry.
I don't like that he was surprised that his daughter lived. I don't like that he was
Well,
surprised
no.
she came back.
Not well.
No,
It's not surprised in like why are you back? He's surprised in like you're back so soon.
Yeah, because remember they were going to Baldur's Gate and it was going to take them a while, and they had just
Oh,
left. what,
right.
I think,
guess they never
today?
did make it all the way there. Okay.
So they
That's
weren't
fair.
supposed to be back
Alright.
until tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
I feel a little better
So-
now.
Kitty
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
does not need to roll for perception on this.
Yeah, I don't have trust issues.
So,
What are you talking
so-
about?
I have trust issues. I would love to roll. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
roll insight on it.
Roll an
Insight.
insight check.
Yeah.
Yes, you roll
Ah.
insight check to see just what his intentions behind his
Oof.
words. So,
Imagine I get a good number again. This would be good.
Oof.
Yeah, imagine this is where you get your 20.
so you could tell that he's genuinely surprised that she made it back, almost like a, and it's not too high of a check either, because this guy he's not he's not a really bad dude.
Looks super nefarious.
All right, Celeste. Yeah.
Yeah,
So with the
I'm
seven-
diverse.
With the 17, you would deduce that he is surprised to see her back so soon because of the long journey it would take coming to and from New Corridale to there, and the
Cool,
dangers
cool,
of the
cool.
roads.
Okay, cool.
So,
So, I don't have to keep being suspicious for no
No.
reason now.
No,
Thank
no, no, no. So now that the air is cleared, you hear the conversation immediately between what seems to be Mayor Corridale and this elven woman stop. And he turns to his daughter and says, "Sylvia, you've come back so soon. What's the reason for this? What happened?" "Daddy, it was horrible. It was so horrible. There were goblins on the road. Goblins!" And he immediately turns to the man in his armor to his left. "Didn't your patrols say that the goblins had moved further southeast? The rest of their war band had moved to investigate the area down there, maybe instigate violence amongst the orcs down that way?" "Well, I thought so, sir, but it seems that the goblins must have sent a wayward patrol to march along the road between Baldur's Gate and here.
I don't trust that
Sound
guy.
strategy."
Yeah, I wanna perceive him too.
Yeah, I'd like to roll insight on,
Per-
on that
I
guy.
would like
Okay.
to perceive.
Roll
Everyone
insight.
I don't know
roll
what's wrong
insight,
with you
everyone.
today.
I
I'm
would
so
like to
sorry. I don't trust
perceive.
anybody
No,
today.
Oh my God.
Question, Mr. DM, which
Yes.
direction did the that one goblin retreat to? after he blew the horn.
Oh.
I remembered it
So
was
that
like
one
up and to the
goblin-
right on our map, but I don't know what that equates to north, south, east, west.
So that goblin retreated further north and
Haley
east, and he
Chan,
ran
thank you so
straight
much
into
for
the
the follow.
woods.
Okay.
That's what he was running for. He was running into the woods where nobody would be able to get a good line of
Welcome
sight. So in other words,
in.
nobody could fire off another bolt
I am
or another
Icy
arrow
Pants.
or
I'm a
anything
variety
else.
VTube streamer and voice actor.
But this
Welcome.
That's what
guard,
he's trying to
this
do.
the
Thanks
for
mayor's
joining the
thinking
Pants
that
gang.
was under the impression that they were actually further to the south. They were coming further from the south, or were like going that direction.
He had assumed by their,
Okay.
from what he described, that their patrols had supposedly picked up on most of the warband moving their forces to the southeast to maybe deal with the orcs, or there was maybe a group of orcs down that way. But anywho, so with the 10 and a 16, you could generally detect that this guy right here, this is the gentleman in question right here. He's let me just put it this way. He's not super expressive in how he talks, but you could tell that he's genuinely shocked shocked to a degree, but not shocked at the same time that they were attacked down on the road there. But shocked that there was that many goblins, specifically.
I get up like
Alright,
right in his
so we-
face, like right next to him, just be like, "I'm watching you."
I know we
And-
gotta find out whoever whatever scout brought him his report. We need to track that guy down and be like, hey, buddy, why'd you think that they weren't gonna be there? Anyway,
So
sorry.
the mayor he looks over to her, and both to her and Stefan, and you see him look over to Stefan. He has this big smile on his face. Not
I
only to see
see.
his
Welcome
daughter, but
in.
to see
Thank you so much
Stefan,
for
and
the
he
lurk. I
uses
appreciate
his
it.
other free arm to pull him in and kind of like take his his knuckles and kind of like rub him through his hair, mess up his hair a little bit and everything. Almost like a little child. And he goes, "Oh, it's so good to see you too, Stefan. You're both alive. That's a pleasure. My goodness, this whole business with this roving warband has been devastating on me and he looks back to Sylvia and your mother alike. I'm just thankful you're alive. As a matter of fact, how are you still alive? You mentioned that there were so many goblins. How did you? I'm sure Stefan, right here, and his brute strength and that
Hi,
hammer that
it
I
me,
gave him,
The hand axe
certainly
thrower.
didn't seize the day. Who could have helped you? Oh, Father, let me introduce you. These teachers. Yeah, Mr. C, they helped us out greatly. You adventurers saved my daughter.
We did, sir. We came upon them on our way to this very town, and it looked like they were in a bit of trouble, and we decided to spring to action, and turned out that it was your daughter that we saved.
Yes, I thank you. I thank you greatly for helping us. This town, as you could see, we're in dire straits. When the goblins attacked us, it was so unexpected, especially after that object fell out of the sky. First that, and then the goblins, and everything else that came along with them, and bugbears and hobgoblins, and oh, it was horrible. It was so horrible. But I'm thankful, thank you, that you saved my daughter and my son-in-law both. But I also have to beg the question, what happened to the Frerin twins?
Oh no,
Uh,
they're named.
Bad news.
They were
We did not make it in time.
We brought their bodies.
brought their. Are they in the
Blunt
cart?
as ever, Fate.
I
Yeah.
believe
Sorry.
So,
Are they in the cart somehow?
They're
So listen, don't freak out.
Don't question it too much, okay? But they're in a bag. But we're definitely happy to help provide a proper burial. That's why we brought them. It's nothing
I
weird, I
could
promise.
help with the burial as a cleric if you'd like.
Oh no needs necessary. Hold on a second. He turns around behind him to face the armored figure, and says, And immediately this man walks up to him. Yes, sir. What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So, Fate was
I
shooing
thought I
our
was
cat
muted
IRL.
and I was trying to get our cat away because she was throwing
so
herself into the window.
It was just perfect timing because you said, and he turns around and says, and then Fate just goes, shoo, shoo, shoo.
I'm so sorry. I thought I was muted.
It was perfect. Yes, perfect.
Perfectly timed.
It was perfectly
so immersed.
timed. Anybody have any
Oh,
puns
that's great.
that isn't perfect?
So he turns around to this knightly figure that you could say you could assume his name is Bernard. Bernard, go forth back to the garrison, gather a few men, and prepare a proper burial. The twins, and goodness, also notify their parents that their only 2 children are dead.
Bummer.
That'll be more to bury. And immediately you see the Bernard give him a authoritative response, so almost like a salute. Like he pounds his chest, bows his head, and immediately goes marching off to the north, to what you would assume would be the barracks.
So it seems like you're having a bit of trouble with these goblins. That this isn't the first attack that they've taken a toll on your town.
And immediately you see the mayor look back to you, Corydale, and he says, yes. As you could see from the many people that are trying to rebuild after their initial assault, it has been very troublesome. But they didn't bother us until an object fell out of the sky.
Where is this object?
That's the thing. They heavily assaulted the place in our town where the object landed in the first place. We've cordoned it off completely with guards. Nobody can access it.
So it seems like the goblins are wanting this item then?
They didn't just want it, they already took it.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you know where they took it to?
I suppose they took it back to their headquarters or so.
Right.
We can only estimate what the value of this item was. I mean, it fell out of the sky, and immediately I spoke with my council here. And we thought it'd be best to bring in an expert, so we asked for an expert to come from Baldur's Gate. Or so this man claimed to be an expert. It was a short man, a dwarf. He was very knowledgeable in metals and alloys and all of that such talk, but he wasn't able to exactly discern what the object was at first, so he said that it'd be recommended to bring in someone who's an arcanist or somebody who's well versed in magics. So I pulled some strings and I was able to get a very, influential, not so citizen of Baldur's Gate, but a hero nonetheless of the gate. I had him come here to investigate this object. But before he reached here, the goblins attacked. It was then that he asked me where they went. I told him which direction they went in. I couldn't verify myself which way the goblins had gone, and sent him on his merry way. It was surprising he went by himself, but being a hero of the gate, you would think he'd be more than powerful enough to take on such a band of miscreants.
Which way did he go? Which way towards this goblin encampment?
That is a question that you would have to ask Varric. Varric is he's the one who organizes our hunting parties.
Where can we find Varric?
Varric would be at his farm, just to the east of here. If you follow this road straight across down that way, it'll take you straight to the farm.
Thank you for the information.
Where exactly did the object land?
So he then takes a few steps back into the middle of this intersection right here, and he points up north towards the barracks. Oddly enough, it landed up north that way. It landed right between the barracks and the town hall. Unfortunately, destroying the town hall and, well, becoming the focus of the goblins' attack.
Would you mind if I go and just like check out that area real quick?
And Mayor Corydale says, no. Well, for one thing, the Arcanist, when he came by, the hero, he mentioned not to step within the areas. We don't know what kind of radiance this object was exuding. We don't know what damage it could cause to people.
That's exactly what I would like to try to discern, sir. I happen to be a researcher. I might be able to, surely not gain as much knowledge as this famed hero, but I'd like to at least attempt to provide you with some more information.
And immediately you see the elven woman take interest in your conversation, and she steps forward and says, I think I could provide some input on that.
Okay.
And she reaches to both sides of her dress and curtsies before the rest of the party and says, my name is Lady Linvin. It's a pleasure to meet
Lady
you.
what?
Yeah, lady what?
Vin. Lady Ellenvin.
Ellen.
Ellen. All right. When you were saying it, it was
Yes.
cutting out the Ellen part, and only the Vin was coming through.
Yeah, it just went Vin.
Yeah.
Can I call you Vin?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you.
And she kind of laughs at the notion, and she says, we are not on such friendly terms. We've only met. Please. Just call me Ellenvin.
Okay.
So,
I just met a squirrel. His name was Scratch.
a most interesting creature, he sounds like.
It was so sweet. Sorry. So the magic-y area you were speaking of. Sorry, continue.
Correct. So, I am, well, one of the two leaders of our particular village of Wood Elves. We lived, well, we had a place at one point in time until this warband devastated it. Thankfully, Mayor Corydale here took in our people. But not too long afterwards, the object fell out of the sky, landed here, and chaos ensued. Our people,
What?
of course, living in these woods for so long, being protectors of these woods, we took it upon ourselves to try and help the good mayor here discern what the object was. The best that my experts can discern is that this object is of immense power. So much so to the point where it has an incredible grip upon the weave itself.
Ah.
I'm sorry, chat. I just realized that I have
And,
100 followers.
Need
didn't
everybody
realize I hit
to
that
make either a
300 mark.
history or arcana
Holy
check
cow.
based on what she just said right
Yeah.
there. Just to see if
Ah.
everybody's up to speed.
Yeah.
I'm not a very book smart person.
Also, has my charisma always been -1? Because that kind of tracks, but like,
Yes.
Negative
Yes.
Riz? Oh
Negative
no.
Negative Riz.
I'm negative risk. I mean, I was just like, hey, we have the corpses of your companions. They're in a bag. Like, I'm sorry.
I met a
was
squirrel.
I met a
That's a critical
squirrel. Oh!
That's a critical
Oh.
fail, and
Ooh,
Dude,
I'm going to-
Icy?
nice.
I'm gonna roll for Vistra here.
Oh,
Whichever is one of her stronger.
the
That was-
120 roll.
Yeah, that was the most like min-maxed roll I've
You- you-
ever seen.
You can't
Nice.
get
Right.
more like diverse than that.
So let's see.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm
that's
just a little bit
Vistra's roll.
special,
The first
guys.
one was First one was Vistra's roll. Okay, so
Can
Um,
we?
Aldean,
okay.
Aldean and let's see, Aldean and Amelia would be able to provide the best input about this. And oddly enough, Aldean knows a lot about it, apparently from one of his wizard buddies that he served alongside on the battlefield. That he wouldn't stop talking about the weave. Oh, weave this, weave that, weave, and so the
Extreme
weave
underwater basket.
is in essence just kind of moving out of the scope of things, like meta talking here. It's in essence kind of like the Force from Star Wars. It's in and around everything, and it is what those who use certain capabilities to cure wounds, to talk to animals, that kind of stuff. That's where it comes from. That's where it stems from. The weave in and of itself. And also, Aldean with an 18, you would also be able to elaborate a little bit further in the rule of Blah, so you don't have to repeat all this. The rule of Blah, that the person, the being that maintains the weave, of course, is Mystra. So this object would have some sort of ties with Mystra.
Is there is there anything like that anybody's picked up on that like I could do further research on?
No, not at this
Like,
moment.
is she able to like explain like why that area might be dangerous?
Well, the best we could discern about the danger of said items, first
Welcome
off,
in,
it
Tony.
fell out of the sky.
I'm glad you're
randomly,
here.
crushing a
Sorry you messed
building.
up your sleep schedule.
No discernment whatsoever, but it just fell out of the sky. It could have killed people.
Also, Floofy, thank you so much
We
for
don't
the,
know who
the
sent
stretch.
this object. We don't know where it came from exactly. But
Oh, okay. So the danger is more like smushy than mighty in origin. Is that
but it also left a very powerful presence behind it.
okay.
A powerful presence that has affected the objects that were left behind from the crash site, such as animating books and animating planks. These objects attack people.
Wait, hold on. I can animate one of my axes and have a conversation with something that can kill things for me?
No, I was just I really want to fight a book right now, but okay. I'll be so good. I won't fight the books.
I slowly hand one of my hand axes over to Fate and be like, this works great.
Books are trees.
People
Yeah,
had
they
to
were
use
trees. Oh.
Our
Oh,
people
nice.
had to work very hard to dispel some of these objects. That and also some of the guards got too close. One of their halberds attempted to cleave his head off his shoulders.
Ooh, okay. Yep, never mind. Let's stay away from there. They're probably right about that.
So yes, you don't want to step anywhere near where this
Tony, I don't
object
think I've
landed.
ever seen a bot raid.
It is very
before.
powerful.
It sounds horrible.
I will say this, Mayor Corydale says as he steps forward. When we mentioned about this object and what it looked like, the Arcanist that we brought forth, he was very intrigued. That and he was the first person to respond.
Where is this Arcanist now?
As I stated earlier, we sent
Oh,
him
that's the
on
one
his
that ran
merry
off
way.
in the direction of the goblins.
Correct. He didn't even take a second look back. He went running
Forgive my
forward.
husband. He thinks with his axes.
How long ago did the object fall from the sky?
The object fell from the sky about 4 days ago. The goblins attacked the day after.
And when did this
Way closer than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, when did this how long between the Arcanist coming here and the goblins taking the object and running away?
I think it's the opposite. I think the goblins took it.
Right.
First.
They took it and the Arcanist showed
Then
up
the
and then
Arcanist
ran
showed
off
up,
after
yeah.
him. But how long of a time span was it
Correct.
between those two events?
Those two events, it was nearly a day.
Okay.
Object came crashing out of the sky. The elves attempted to assist us, but they said that it was beyond their means of understanding. So they requested for somebody more knowledgeable. So we sent someone over to Baldur's Gate to try and find help or aid, and immediately this man approached our representative. He
So you
wasn't
didn't seek him out;
approached.
he sought you out.
Correct.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
Seems he was seeking after the object.
How long
Well-
ago did this hero go into the forest then?
As I said a few days ago.
Okay.
Well, I think it's clear what we have to go do.
Kill a bunch of goblins?
I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna throw my axes, and things will die. And then we find out what this object is, and we come back and we report back.
Can I just say we've had some really, like, we've got the Smashing Pumpkins.
We get-
you know, this guy said they have Dire Straits. Like, we're just a rock group. Haha. But I'm a druid.
No
Rocks.
fun.
Yeah.
Elias, welcome in. Hope you're doing well.
Immediately, you hear Vistra from the back of the group ask, "Who was the dwarf that stopped by?" And immediately the mayor.
Elias, thank you for
speaks
the
up.
follow. Really
Says,
appreciate it.
"Oh,
Thank you so much.
well.
God bless.
He says that he was an archaeologist of sorts, and also a studier of a particular dwarf by the name of
That's good to
Durgeddon the
hear.
Black.
I'm glad you're doing well.
He says that he was looking after his legacy, or searching for his forge of yore.
How is I is
Durgeddon was a
good.
famous smith who lost his entire
Doing
clan.
really well. We're playing some D&D.
So the dwarf
Might do
told
some more
us.
gaming later
He wouldn't
tonight,
stop
not
talking
sure
about
yet.
Durgeddon. Was a huge fan of him. Anywho, the dwarf was taken by the goblins as well.
Wait, so the
Well,
dwarf that you
himself was
sent,
taken by the goblin.
Yes, the dwarf
Taken by
that
the
we
goblins.
initially had sent here. Yes. He came in, he investigated. He couldn't discern anything else other than the metal of the object being so foreign to the point where he couldn't determine its origins, even suggesting it didn't come from this plane, supposedly.
I'm sorry. I'm still a little rattled from coming across a goblin attack. So the dwarf, then he left as well.
No. This dwarf was actually stopping by New Corridale.
So he's still here.
He was
no,
kidnapped.
he was taken as well.
He was taken
So,
by
okay,
by the
so-
goblins. Yeah.
So they took
They
the,
not
the
only-
artifact
Luffy, thank you
and
for
the
the stretch.
dwarf
Appreciate
and
it.
ran off.
Well, yes. They not only
Okay.
took the dwarf, some goblins and hobgoblins came into town, and bugbears as well. They kidnapped one
no.
of our forge masters, a half-orc by the name of Sean.
We have to rescue him. I need new weapons.
Ice
Goblins,
They
Pens,
also-
next time you drink some
bugbears, oh
water.
my.
They also kidnapped some of our guards.
They're a fan. Thank you so much for the
And
for the hydrate.
Miss
do that
Ellenvin
now.
could also tell you more. Yes, this very same warband is the one that devastated our village. It's the reason why we're seeking shelter here in New Corridale. And we are grateful for our charity. Indeed, and it is very welcome to have you here as well, our new neighbors. New Corridale will grow from your presence.
I
But
did
yes.
want to say thank you so much for having us here and everything. Your daughter and son-in-law have been so kind to us.
Absolutely. Well,
Sorry. Is there an inn somewhere where we can stay, rest up, and then head out to go and
We discussed that last time. We were just gonna fine.
what?
and
Oh wait, well,
are you guys saying this out
They were
loud?
all like full up.
Oh, we were all okay. All right.
Yeah, they
Well, then-
were.
Are you guys
remember,
talking?
because they had like.
We're just
sorry,
talking
no,
to each
we're-
other.
He started
Yeah.
to ask something, but I was explaining that like that was something.
Are you talking?
that was
Are,
something
are
we
you
talked
talking
about last
like
time.
trying to? Are you trying to talk like amongst each other, or is
I
it just
had
like
started to
first-
talk to the mayor, but then I was stopped because apparently this conversation had already happened last
had this-
session that I missed out on.
Right. for the initiator of the conversation? Roll the stealth check.
Oh man.
See why?
Sneaky
sorry.
dragon,
I
right?
have notes
Dumb.
right here. Just look
No,
at
it's
my
fine. I got this.
notes.
I got it.
I'm a
Yeah, the
researcher
heavy-
IRL
What do you
too.
mean he rolled that in heavy armor?
That was actually
Dang.
okay. When you said you got
That's
it,
crazy.
honestly, that's pretty good. Nice job, man.
So, Mayor
Wow, I wish I
Corydale
had this
can't
much.
hear much of your conversation. He could hear like bits and pieces, but not enough to discern exactly what you're saying. But Sylvia, being so close by and whatnot, hearing your previous request asking for where you could stay, she turns to Stefan, whispers in his ear, and he goes, "Oh, yeah. Hold on. Okay. So Varric,
Me and Stefan are not going to be friends.
No, I think he's fine.
Are you gonna like
How
stuff
can
him in
you
a?
not
You're gonna
love
stuff him in
him?
a locker?
I'm going to take his surfboard and stuff it somewhere the sun don't shine.
Righteous, bro.
Stefan, he goes, so you guys aren't going to sleep outside tonight. You see, Varric on his farm, there were several cabins that, well, people that used to live here but don't live here because they're, well, rip.
So
you know, they're
Elias,
gone.
it's just the way that he talks. He sounds
There are
like a
several
California
cabins you could
surfer,
stay
bro.
in over on his farm. I mean, if you ask him nicely, especially with Mr. C's suggestion, Mayor Corydale. Sorry,
Oh,
sorry,
wow.
Mr. Corydale, sir. With his suggestion or with his blessing, you could probably stay there.
I'm here to fight goblins.
And Lady Ellenven would say, "Indeed, a most noble gesture. If you could, please, I would suggest that you get some rest before you encounter them. They're a very powerful warband, and their leader, Redjaw, is very ruthless.
Can I?
My
can I,
husband,
Sorry, go ahead. You can finish.
my husband and his elite guard were captured by him. He wields a powerful blade, the likes of which we had never seen before. My husband and his guards stayed behind while most of us that could escape or tried to escape the onslaught fled. But they were captured. I know for a fact that they were captured. I know that they're still alive. I'd like to believe that they are.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get them back. I'm gonna bring them all back. I'm gonna get this blacksmith here, and then I'm gonna take Redjaw's sword and take it for myself.
That's
Can I
an
do a
honest
history check
man.
on Redjaw?
I was gonna say,
Uh,
what do they know about this Red Jaw character?
Yeah.
So yeah, you could roll a history check, but with disadvantage because he's not too familiar amongst the realms. He's a smaller warband
Dang it.
again. So yeah, even with a 6 or a 9, you still wouldn't understand who this guy is. He's so obscure.
You wasted all that luck on the heavy armor stealth check.
I know.
I mean, that was good.
Do you need some help, my good sir?
Can I try for history as well then?
Oh, this
I
makes
mean,
sense.
if you're curious yourself, but don't everybody do it at the same time. Good gravy. I mean, he was the one who first stated that he was curious.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I'm
22.
naturally curious about everything. So
Uh-oh.
like,
So
You're gonna
okay,
make
so a
Crimson
little bit
write
of-
overtime next time he's writing the next session.
I'm
You're like,
sorry.
I'm gonna have to
I
prepare
really,
for fate.
I know.
So
I'm
with-
sorry. I'm just naturally
so
curious
with
about
a,
everything.
with a critical, with a flippin' critical. Along the way, you freaking Snow Whited spoke to the animals along the way there, like all the little creatures. And along the way, some of the critters gave you a little bit of an understanding of who this Redjaw is. Like you're asking, where'd these goblins come from, and all sort of kinds of stuff. And you found out from one bird, a little bird told me. You find out from one bird that this Redjaw is a fearsome hobgoblin warlord. He was a former captain within the ranks of this massive army that attacked a big city, as far as the bird could describe, far away. Of course, he said his cousin lives in that big city, and his cousin, of course, is dating a pigeon. But anywho, comes from this big city where they attacked, and their attack failed. He remembers seeing the city burn from a distance away as just a little hatchling, watching this massive blaze emerge from the city, and this massive object that looked almost like a walnut or something hovering over the city with stuff like flailing from it and everything. you could guess from what he was describing was this giant brain that people were describing when you went to Baldur's Gate. That's as best as you could describe. But yeah, Redjaw is a fearsome warlord that is leading this warband. A hobgoblin, as best as you could tell. Because it described him as a red-furred, long-eared, weird-looking creature.
I can't wait to fight him.
Yeah, I'll just kind of pat you a little. I'm not here.
I'm just like, I'm sitting there like wide-eyed, like my eyes are just like. I need to fight him.
Don't,
Well, if
don't,
he's anything
don't,
like the last
don't scare
hobgoblin we
the
fought, he shouldn't be
villagers,
too
my
hard.
love. Remember what happened last time.
All right. Well,
And
you said it was to the it was east of here. Where there was the goblin camp.
no, we don't exactly know where the warband is located exactly.
Oh,
I don't specifically. But our Varric, the one who leads our hunting parties, he believes he may have found a trail that leads to it. He followed one goblin patrol back far enough, but stopped before he reached a certain area. It was completely littered with traps from what he described.
wait. Did you say Varric was the blacksmith who got taken?
No.
No.
That Varric isn't the blacksmith. Varric is
Sean
the one
was the
who.
blacksmith.
Yes, Sean is the blacksmith.
Got it. Okay.
The classical
Okay,
half.
Sean, S-E-A-N
Yeah.
Yes.
Where,
Is he
where's-
Irish or is he
or
English?
S-H-A-W-N? Sorry, I'm taking notes again. So it was
S-E-A-N.
S-E-A-N.
where
Yes.
where
Like,
can we
like
find
Sean
Varric?
Connery.
Okay, and he was the sorry, I'm
He was the
confusing them
hunter
now.
lead, like
Okay,
the hunting party leader.
okay.
Varric is the hunting party leader. Sean is the half-orc smith that was captured.
See, I can't.
Sorry, I'm excited. I need to fight things.
I know. Calm down until I get it written down at least. Okay, hold on. Okay, so okay, so Varric was the hunting Oh, can't even talk now.
Sean Smith.
Is that with a C, a K, or a CK? Oh, never mind. Neither. Okay, Varric. Got it.
Where can we find Varric?
And immediately, Mayor Corriedale, he points eastward towards the road leading eastward right here. He says, if you follow this road eastward, you'll immediately stumble upon Varric's farm, where he and several others are trying to rebuild our food economy here.
Right. Well,
Oh,
what are
yeah,
we waiting for?
I can help with that. No, because I want to plant things.
Wait, did you just bull rush through Mayor Corriedale to get there?
No, I jumped over him.
Oh, okay, then make a.
No, I'm
make
just
a-
joking.
Don't speak. Just stop
Surely.
speaking.
Yeah, you were giving me grief. He's gonna have to plan for you.
Surely,
You're about to,
there are
make, you're
better
about to
ways
try
go
to
about
jump
this.
over the mayor of this town wearing like 200 pounds of
Heavy
equipment and armor
yeah.
as a
I mean, he
dragon
did
boy.
Fall up top of
weirdly
it.
good stealth check, but I wouldn't
If you
rely on
roll
it.
a 1, he might die. All right.
Oh, no. I see.
Squish, no squishing, honey.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. It was
You're
a
not
joke.
Surely.
That's pushing him.
You
Surely
I don't
there's a
know,
better
man.
way
You just talk
of
about how
jumping
you
over
need to
him.
kill, and then you're like
Oh.
trying to jump over this guy.
I'm chaotic good, not evil.
Look, I'm right behind him.
I
Just
think
lay-
that
I'll
might
cook
change
his-
today.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're
grab
about
his
to drop
cloak
to
and
neutral.
yank him back down.
I've been neutral for a moment. Thanks, James.
Hang on a second.
Ooh.
I'm dropping everybody in. If everybody's dropping into the farm and not doing anything else, is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's
Uh,
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to just kind of make stuff grow, but if everybody else wants to move on, that's fine.
Let's see. Is that no? That's 5. Wait a minute. Who am I missing? No. Aha! Here we go. Okay, hold on. Just making sure everybody's here. I don't know why it doesn't save across the board everybody's settings. For some reason, it works with other people, but it doesn't work with everybody. I don't know why. It's weird.
I like that the little squares and like the blacked out areas are supposed to be clouds. I like that. I just wish it had loaded for me because that would have been so cute.
Oh no, it's technically supposed to simulate roofs because again, those
Yeah,
buildings didn't
because
have
we would
windows
go
on them.
into these places and then it would be. It would
Revealed
open
to
up.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
We could have
Correct.
walked up and be
Also,
like, we would like to
before-
commit burglary now.
before you leave,
Oh,
before you
yeah.
leave their presence, Lady Ellenven,
Don't take this as an idea.
she utters something
friend's
in
in.
Elf. She, oh my gosh,
Good
she
try,
utters.
man.
Oh my
Sorry.
gosh, she
Sorry.
utters something in Elvish, and before
What does
before
she
you can
utter?
even, she utters
I'll
something
tell you in a
Elvish.
second. Hold
I
on.
know
Fate
know
and I
Elvish.
I
What
know
is she-
Fate and I
Elvish, hold
also
on.
speak
Can I
Elvish.
roll? Can I roll the?
So-
Can I roll that one?
No. So Fate's able to understand what she's saying. She's calling
Me
for.
too.
She says the word healer, and immediately you see this elven woman run outside of this house right here. She runs out the door, hearing the word, scrambles over here, and she says,
She looks
"Yes,
upset.
yes, Lady Ellenven." And she says, "Do you have any spare poultices to help out these adventurers here? They're about to take on this vile warband that destroyed our village." And immediately you see this other woman's eyes light up.
Any spare what? Sorry, it cut out a little.
Yes, yes, I have something. And then she immediately walks up to you. She opens up the satchel at her side. You hear this clinking of glass from her side, and I'm going to add this into each of your inventories.
Elias,
Add
that's
this into
funny.
each of your inventories. You're all going to receive 1 potion of healing.
Ooh,
Potions. That's what she was trying to say.
potions. Okay, sorry, it cut out when you were saying any of healing, and I was like, what?
Do you have any spare?
Yeah, I couldn't hear it, so I was like, I didn't know if it was
Yes.
supposed to be secret
Do
or
you
if
have
it was
any
supposed to be
spare
like,
healing, sir? Spare healing?
Yeah,
So I'm going to drop
healing,
one.
spare healing.
Okay, so Agnar, there's you right there. It should have dropped in your inventory.
Please, may I have
Right.
some more healing?
Alright, I was supposed to get 1 or 2 because I got 2 of them.
Oh, it should only give you 1.
Where?
Yeah, you gave me 1 more.
Oh no.
In. There's you, Aldian. I got you covered. Scrolling down, Emilia.
Ah.
Oh.
So it'd be
Dropping
where
into your.
the item name stuff works. How do we tell when
Correct.
like if we become encumbered or not?
Math.
Yeah.
Yes.
How what
So-
what formula?
Crimson, would you
'Cause-
like me to look up the formula for it?
Please.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
so
you,
Fate,
'cause
did you get one in your
I-
inventory?
I do not see it yet. The last thing on there is the longbow from last time.
I would check all of your inventories just to make sure that it's dropping in, because I'm just dropping it in, not letting it load, and kind of cutting out. So let me see here.
Yeah, let me try like refreshing maybe.
Okay, so if it drops twice, then just delete the 2 and put a 1 instead. If it happens to show up twice.
It'd be so cool if they would alphabetize this, but yep, I got
Your-
it now. Yay! Thank you.
Your
Cool.
encumbrance, you can carry up to 15 times your strength ability score. So the full number times 15 is how much you can carry without there being any problems.
Okay, so like my strength is 12, so it'd be
It's
12
12.
times 50, you said?
It's 15.
Oh, 15. So 12
Yes.
times 15.
So it'd be what? That would be 180.
Okay, I'm good then. For now, I'm getting there, but like,
Yes.
woof.
You'll be getting a potion, so all of you should have received a potion of healing from this elven healer.
Thank you so much. I too am an elven healer.
And immediately she bows out, gradually just walks around, just shaking people's hands, saying, thank you very much. Please return our chief to us, please. We need him.
Absolutely.
And immediately, she turns off to the side. She bows to Lady Ellenven and says, "Now I must return to healing the others. Good day." And immediately she goes running up back into this house and disappears.
Right on. Well, let's make our way to the farm and go talk to Varric and find out where this goblin encampment
All right.
is.
To the farm we now descend. And now we are at Varric's farmstead.
Ooh.
And
A
immediately
horse!
Oh
It's
my.
alive, right? Please
So as
tell
soon
me
as
this one's alive.
yes, this
Okay.
one's alive.
Yay.
As soon as you walk down the trail, you see this elven man. He has a brush in his hand, and he's brushing the side of this horse and everything. And he's you can see he's busy where he's at right now. He's not really focused on anybody else around him or anything else around him. And you see this elven lady right in front of this barrel right here, and she's attempting to lift this bucket. And as she does, are you guys sneaking up on him?
No,
No,
we're
I-
just
I was
approaching.
just-
Stealth check.
Okay, so Aldian got competitive
you
because
haven't-
I was just trying to move to be beside him. And then he moved in front of me again, so then I moved in front of him, and then I was like, well, the horse
I
is
wasn't
right
being
there. I might as
competitive. I
well
was just
move.
moving to approach them so that we could go and talk to them and have a
So-
conversation.
Okay,
You
well,
won't
you're
I
jump
not
over their
saying-
head, right?
No.
You're not saying a word. You're just walking
I-
up behind him.
Well,
with
because
his
you
gun
were
and looking
speaking.
at
I was
you.
letting you get through your expletive.
I said horsey. I said horsey. I got all excited.
And as soon as you say horsey, you see this elven man right here. Hang on a second. I'm not trying to. Hold on. I'm clicking on the wrong layer here. Or am I? Hang on. See this elven man right here. Turn around to see you. Oh, hello. Who are you?
What an introduction.
What's your horse's name?
My horse's name? Oh,
Yeah.
Well, this horse. I named him Eben.
I love him.
I walk up next to Fate and I just go, I'm sorry. She means hello.
Yeah, hi.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Fate. I like your horse.
Thank you. Well, his full name is Eben Dusk, but
That's even better.
he's a
Hi,
very
Eben
smart
Dusk.
horse.
You're just such
And you
a
see-
cutie.
You see the horse just kind of go.
Oh, he likes me.
Pardon our
And,
intrusion, but we're looking for Varric.
And immediately you see the elven woman. She kind of stops for a moment. She sets the bucket down, turns around, and as she turns around, you notice that she is quite pregnant.
Aww.
Oh.
Little
And holds
baby,
her belly,
congratulations.
holds her belly, and goes, "Well, it seems that you found this very household, and that very man that you're speaking to is indeed the one that you're looking for. He's also my husband."
Okay. So I give a slight respectful bow and introduce myself. I'm Aldian, and these are my friends, and we understand that you have some insight and information about the goings-ons about the goblin attacks recently.
Yes. Well, I only know so much about the goblins. Well, other than the attack on our village. Me and the other hunters, some of the other individuals that you may see here tending to the farm, were spare few, but I believe that I found a trail that some of the goblin scouts use. on a
Stratus,
regular
thank you so much for the
basis,
follow.
as
I
well
really
as some
appreciate
of the
it.
other members of their warband. We could tell because of the tracks. They're
Following you,
uncommon to
yeah.
any of the creatures here in the woods. That and
I'm
the only
not.
other
Why am
way
I
that
not
we could
following?
ever
There we go.
truly know about the
That's
goblins
fixed
and
now. I
a
definitely
little bit
thought I
more
was
about
following
them
you.
is the fact that, well, we did sign an ancient pact with them quite some time ago.
What sort of
Would
what
that
sort of
be-
pact?
Well, looking at the trail, I believe that it leads to an ancient war site that was host to an ancient dragon cult. We and the goblins called it Torin's Demise. But the site itself was called Torin's Hold. Some
Would
time
a
ago.
cleric know anything about that under religion, or
You could all make a history check if you'd like, or rather, if you or whoever's interested can make a history check. Rather, I should
I
say,
am most
not
certainly
everybody in
interested.
general. Holy moly!
Ooh.
Somebody's getting.
I'm
a
gonna
little
be
historical.
fangirling again. Let's go. Please don't.
So, hold on a second. Let me. So I'm not even gonna roll for Vistra because you. Okay, so rule of blah. All right. You've studied the various religions of the area and of the Sword Coast and whatnot, and you would understand that there are various cults that are formed around powerful dragons and ancient dragons as well, and even dragons of legend, such as one that you have heard of because you rolled a 22, but you've heard of in your studies, called Ebondeath, who is an extremely powerful and lethal black dragon of yore that tried to master undeath itself but ended up dying in the process. Torin's demise is the site of one said cult that worshipped Ebondeath and sought to even bring him back from his grave. Hearing this, and of course, studying this, of course, you'd relay this to the rest of the party, rule of blah. But, of course, hearing you talk about this, Varric would add on to this as well. Well, Torin himself was a very powerful dragon priest. He worshipped Ebondeath with every fiber of his being. He brought unbalance to the woods, unbalance to everything, and we made peace with the goblins of these woods in order to try and bring an end to them. It's rare to see a group of goblins even come to such amends, but seeing as the goblins themselves were too being affected by these cultists, some of their own people were being kidnapped, and tortured, and even being used as sacrifices to try and bring Ebondeath back. Men, children, men alike, kidnapping as many as they could, no matter how many souls they sent to their dooms. It couldn't bring back this ancient beast. So, we banded our forces together, raided inside the cultist stronghold, and slit Torin's throat upon the very altar he used to slay our own kin. Torin is dead. His skeleton was burned and crushed away outside of its very hold. To that, pact between us and the goblins remained strong until this warband moved in. Took control of the goblins and forced them to do their bidding. So these goblins are not fighting out of their own want to be wanton and evil. They're fighting for survival.
Can I? This is gonna sound so weird, but like, can I like roll perception or something on the horse?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
What are you trying to wait? Actually, what? Let me ask specifically. What are you trying to accomplish? Like, what are you trying to spot out with the horse here?
Well, it's a long shot, but like, the names of the horse and the dragon are very similar.
Yeah, I
so
thought that
I
too.
just kind of like,
So you can use
Great.
your perception.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oof.
he's just a horse.
It's
Okay.
just a horse.
Is the
Just a
horse
little
secretly a
cutie.
dragon.
just
Is
like
the horse
little
dark?
cutie horsey.
Yes, the horse is dark. Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
and he also has an X branded on the back of his right thigh.
Oh, cool cutie mark.
His name is Ebon Dusk.
Right?
Yeah, his name is Ebon Dusk.
Yeah.
He has an X on his back thigh.
I get it. I got it.
adorable.
I got it. By the way, that's great.
Yep.
Yep.
His name is Ebon Dusk, and
That is so
immediately
cute.
you see the elven lady. She tries to reach down and grab the bucket again, but you see her kind of straining, and you see Varric. He hears the straining off to his side. And he says, "Darling, put the bucket down."
Yeah. Wait. Let me help you. Let me
I'll
help you
carry
with
the
that.
bucket for her.
And she says, "No, it's fine. I can lift this." He says, "No, darling, do not strain yourself."
Yeah. Let me help you.
I'll carry the bucket.
Our children are precious.
We
like,
should all carry
I-
the bucket together.
I have a whole husband for that kind of stuff. Here, use him.
I have.
Every-
Yeah, see, that's what it was. I'm just Fate's greatest tool.
Yeah.
Like, here,
You're
let
my,
me
like-
carry
You-
the
you
bucket.
just-
Husband, go get it.
You just got objectified, dude.
You're my super tall, attractive butler. It's fine.
Ah, yes, that's what I am. All right, so
and
I'll just go over here and I'll just pick up the bucket. I'm not even gonna like argue with her about it. I'm just gonna pick up
Just
the
take
bucket.
it from her.
Yeah.
oh, and she says, "Thank you," and you see her kind of sweating a little bit and a little bit red in the face, and she immediately
I-
she puts one hand against the building and just kind of whew.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
And,
can I?
this bucket's kind of dense.
Where's
so
it
it's
going
not
to?
like it.
It's okay.
So where
so
it's
it's
going
all
to,
good.
and Varric says, "Here," and he points off in the direction here of the horse's stable. Please dump it into the trough right now. It's time for Ebon Death to get his drink.
Sorry, I'm okay.
Ebon Dusk. Ebon Dusk.
Gotta be
Sorry.
careful where I step
Ivan.
now.
Can I ask her, or I'll just ask her, like, how far along are you?
And she says, "Well, I'm not entirely certain. I mean, I've been having pains every now and again, but
Uh-oh.
How far apart are your pains, would you say?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Are we
Um,
about to get a
I mean,
plot
I'm-
device?
No, we're gonna get the, what is it when EMTs do it? They get their like
The stork pin.
pins. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a stork
so
pin.
she's she's a little bit unsure how to answer the question. That she's a little out of breath. So Varric says, "Dearest, please step inside."
Yeah, let's get you like you should lay down. You should definitely rest.
She has her hand like against the side of the building, and that because I don't
Yeah,
know
just,
the
like-
exact terminology and everything of pregnancy, so I'm just kind of just brushing the whole thing aside.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Right on.
Oh, okay. I was definitely gonna like follow her inside and deliver a baby, but it's fine.
And, no,
I'll just go back over here. Just go lay down. You've got this.
So she steps inside and closes the door behind her, and Varric shakes his head, putting his hand over his eyes. She doesn't know when to stop, and frankly, we
Yo,
don't.
Tony,
none of
that
us
sounds like
know
a
how far
great
along she is,
plan.
mainly because the town medic
I am
died in
interested
the
to
assault.
hear the chill beats when you're done with them, though. Unless you're talking about the vegetable and
As
you're
far
putting
as
them in
we
a
know.
fridge. In which case,
For all we know, he could have been captured along with the rest of
I'm not overly
those
fond
taken
of
away by the
beets.
goblins and the rest of their fiends that were fighting alongside with them. But yes, you wish to locate the goblins?
Yes, please. We want to
I can
help out New Corydale as well as protect you and your family, since you apparently are closer to the goblins than New Corydale.
Yes. Well,
We're just
I
kind of
can-
here to help.
that is great. That is great. Certainly you could be of more help than that one adventurer was. He claimed that he could take on the entire goblin horde with the pointing of a finger and with a smile, of course.
I'm gonna
He was
fight
so
him.
very. He was so, and he look.
Yes,
He
dear,
then
we know.
he looks over
Oh,
at
then you just
Aldi and he
fight
kind of
everyone.
he kind of has this look of like what are you even talking about? Like what? Why? And he says, "Do you not know who this man is? He's a hero of the gate. It's what everybody's
Mm.
spoken. He's one of the people that stopped the assault on Baldur's Gate about a year ago."
And where
meant
is
help.
he now?
He meant help. We're gonna help in any way we can.
And he looks between you and Fate, and he goes, "I'm pretty sure he said he wanted to fight him."
He meant help. Trust me. We've been married 13 years. Like, it's all good. I know
I
what
like
he means.
sparring with people, okay?
I see.
Also, I'm so
Yes.
sorry if you can hear my pretzels crunching. I'm trying to like mute and unmute.
No, it's fine. But so he says,
Where in Baldur's
can
Gate
help
did
you
you get
locate-
pretzels? Nothing. I said, where in Baldur's Gate did you get pretzels?
Listen,
so
a little bird gave them to me.
Dang it.
so Varric said, "Yes, I could point you in the right direction as to where this trail is.
Luffy,
but
thank you for the
it's
stretch.
too
I appreciate
dark
it.
right now, and it'd be too dangerous. Path ahead is riddled with traps, as far as the goblins have laid them out, and hobgoblins as well patrol the ways. Plus, you wouldn't want to be left out at night, especially with the wargs."
What?
And
Do I know what a
these
warg is?
beasts, for roll an animal handling to check.
I'm
If
I'm
you
so
actually
recognize-
sorry.
better.
What?
Ah! I was gonna say I
So-
have actually better stats in that than history or.
So
and
yeah,
then-
you
no.
you wouldn't
Yeah, I
know
have
what a
Oh.
warg
such good
is.
stats in history, and I've been like failing epically at it.
Don't worry,
What
I'm
are we-
saving up.
what are
I'm
we
saving
doing?
up for combat.
So you wouldn't know what a warg is, and he would tell you that yes, they're very large and fearsome beasts, mainly used by this war band, mainly by the hobgoblins. That's how they were able to make the goblins submit to them in the first place. And again, with the 7, you wouldn't exactly know what a warg is. It's a big, fearsome beast with nasty jaws. Its mane almost looks like a lion's, but it is more gruesome looking at the front. Horrible beasts. We unfortunately sent out one guard patrol to try and, well, follow one of the goblins that was moving around our walls one night, and they were immediately devoured. All that was left was blood and armor.
Don't drop that can, dude.
I'm so sorry.
It's a soda.
Sody
It's a
pop.
Dr. Pepper. I have to eat with my medicine. I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't worry
Again,
about it.
I thought I was
I just,
muted.
You're fine.
I just heard the can go. Just oh, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I don't know why I opened them so loud. Sorry.
It's a can. It's a can. It can't be opened quietly.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just for some reason Discord loves the Dr. Pepper can opening noise.
Yeah.
Can I like roll history or something to like see if I can get any more information about the ward? Or is that something that
Or about
I just like know about already?
We don't
I
need to
mean-
know everything.
Again, with the 4, you wouldn't know what a warg is exactly, but you can guess it's a nasty beast from what he described.
Okay.
You don't get a name like Warg by being a funny little cute animal.
It sounds like it might not be as cute as some other animals I've come to know. Yeah.
Would
It
you
sounds
some
like one of
head
those animals
pats?
that's
I would
probably
love to give
cute
them
when
head
they're
pats.
small, and then they become very nasty like a year in.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we can like find a baby and tame it. That'd be super cool.
So
All right,
Um,
so we're gonna be
Varric
resting for
goes-
the night then.
correct. And Varric would say, I wouldn't recommend leaving these walls at night. The warband, they send out and release their wards to patrol the woods. They're mainly harassing our forces, trying to keep us corralled into the city at night, so we don't try to make any sort of movement outside of their field of vision. What you could do is you could stay here for the night. We have some cabins open through less fortunate means, but you can stay here for the night. Yes.
How far out do the walls go? Does this like go around the entire settlement, or is it like
Correct.
it's different? Okay.
ICV,
I don't know if,
thank you
certain
so much
areas
for
have
the
walls around it,
raid.
they
Thank
were
you guys
separate.
so much.
No, no, no.
Welcome in, raiders. If you don't know
it's
who
kinda
I
like
am,
the edge of the
I'm
map
Icy
is kinda
Pants.
what you'd guess
I
are like
am
the
a
edges
variety
of the, like, the
VTube
walls in
streamer
and of
and
itself.
voice actor,
It's
and
keeping
today
everybody
I
cordoned in.
am
It's these
joined with
big-
the lovely
basically,
people that
it's
are in
wooden
the title of
logs
the
sharpened
stream.
at the top,
We're playing some
formed like
Dungeons and
palisades.
Dragons. This is session
Yeah.
3.
Yes.
We're fixing to do a
palisades
long rest before we
all
head out to a
around
goblin
this
war
village.
camp. So
And the
you guys
palisades
showed
have
up at the
been
perfect
further
time.
reinforced with
thank you so
boards and
much for
other
the
logs and
raid.
smaller,
Let me give
smaller
shout-outs.
objects to try and keep
shouted
the
out B
walls
first
in
last
case
time.
anything
Let
would
me get
come
Icy
crashing
because,
against them from falling down.
shout out.
And in some places, they've been hastily
Hello?
reinforced
Mm.
with whatever people could find.
So
There we go.
how long before nightfall,
Oh.
or are we kind of just like mid rest now or whatever?
How was the rest of Call of
right
Duty, guys?
now, it's let's see.
I was
so it was a
having
little
a
bit past
great time
midday.
watching
you
you
got
guys.
down to the that Tri-Point. It was about, I want to say, 4 p.m. It took you 2 hours to get to New Corriedale, 6 p.m. So the sun is either set or it's on the way to setting.
For like another 30.
So it's getting close to being dark.
Too many tryhards don't do it. Yeah.
I was just wondering because I did mention like that I would try to help out like growing their crops and
Good,
stuff.
the game's really
so
fun. Lots of tryhards. Yeah.
You're gonna go over there and
Are
do
you
the
guys
My
gonna be
Neighbor
live again
Totoro.
this evening?
yeah, exactly. Like,
And
is there somebody I need to speak to, or do I just like move down here to like the cabbages?
Oh no, it's like the main outgrowth is like up here up north,
Oh,
where
okay.
the main food source is that people are trying to attend and work upon.
Got it. Got it.
Ah.
Got it.
Varric,
I was gonna
are
say,
you
using
asking
the-
this question out loud to
Yeah,
everybody so
Anybody
everybody
who's
can hear
not
it?
currently following
Yeah,
Icy or
I'll
V,
just say,
definitely
like,
go
hey,
grab
I
a follow
had
from them. They're
mentioned, like,
lovely, lovely people.
that I would be
And
interested in helping
two
you
of
guys
my
try to
favorite streamers to watch.
grow some crops or something. I'm not super
Same time
great,
as
but I
normal.
can at
Right
least
on.
make your
Okay.
seeds sprout and stuff,
I'll
and maybe
be
get you a jump
there.
on the growth cycle
I'll
and
be
then the
there
harvest.
for
So
you
whatever I
when
can
the
do to
rain
help.
starts to
Varric-
fall.
You see Varric's eyes light up. He says, "Are you a druid?"
I am indeed.
Goodness,
Funny, she
you're
doesn't look
just
Druish.
like goodness, you're just like Zarya.
That was way funnier than anybody gave it credit for.
I didn't
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
it.
There's
What did
layers
you
that. Funny, she doesn't look Druish.
Oh my gosh,
That's
Zarya.
great.
The reason I ask this is because Zarya, she was one of our elders, of course, of our village. She was a druid that was helping us out to try and regrow the crops here. But unfortunately, she too was taken during the raid.
Ah.
So if you could help us in any way, shape, or form, we would appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to. I think the mayor's daughter mentioned something about her being taken. So I'm sure she has far more knowledge than I in this specific field, but I'll do my absolute best to help if I can. Who are
Previously,
these
this
lovely
couple,
people?
previously these two tieflings
your
off to your
brother's,
right
your
were walking
father's
back into
cousin's
their cabin, but then they
nephew's
overheard you
uncle's
talking about
roommate.
wanting to help out with the
What does that
plants
make us?
and everything to try
Absolutely nothing.
and regrow their crops. And immediately,
And may the
this
Schwartz
gentleman
be
right here
with
begins to
you.
speak up. You would help us out in our time of need? You don't even know us.
Funny. He sounds like a typical
You don't have to know somebody to help.
Kajita's wares.
That is very noble. Not akin to what we're used to. Tell you what, we will fix you a hearty meal tonight. If you'd have us.
Oh, that sounds
yeah,
heavenly.
absolutely.
That would be amazing.
With all that we have some, I believe, darling, what do we have? And she immediately, she pulls out this piece of paper that she has in her pocket and unfolds it and goes down the list. We have some venison. We have cabbage that we could boil. We have, let's see, carrots. We have beets. We have, and she starts listing off some other vegetables. It's not a super big list, but mostly focuses on the venison and some of the spare few vegetables that they have on hand that they could fix. So they could maybe fix a stew of sorts, maybe.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
I'm happy with just some boiled cabbage, and then like if you happen to have any of the spare cabbage seeds, I can replace what I have eaten.
Absolutely. And she steps forward. She reaches into the satchel off to her side, and you hear the sound of like tons of like small objects. You would guess maybe seeds. As she reaches down into her pouch, and she gives a handful and hands them out to you.
I'm assuming that this like lower right hand like vegetable patch is just like their patch that they've used to like make what we're using for the stew.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. I'd like to just maybe like go and I'll just make at least those bloom for now, and then like after we've eaten, maybe I can go and help out more with the bigger area, I
See.
guess.
So isn't that Druidcraft, if I remember correctly?
Yes. And
Alright,
it is in fact a cantrip.
go ahead
That
and
is
use that.
somewhere.
So I have a
we go.
question about our surroundings. Is this farm encased by a wall? Like, is it included in New Corridale? Like, is it protected, or
Yeah, that's why
is the
I asked that
farm out in the
before.
open?
He was saying
Yes,
that, like, everything's
as I
fine.
mentioned earlier, the borders of the map, like off in the distance where you see those two guards standing, that's
Mhm.
another gate.
Okay, all right. Because I was just curious because if there was
I
nobody to
wasn't
like
even
sit
zoomed in
watch,
enough.
I was gonna offer that for my stew payment that I would sit for first watch tonight while everybody's sleeping.
Well, I'm helping like with the farm. That's why they're. Oh, there it is. Now I see the larger patch.
Yeah, but they're offering us room and a meal.
Yeah. Well, I'm all right. I was just saying like that's why I was like I'll help with the food.
I'm a
Is that
soldier
like
at heart.
a little
I'm sorry.
campfire or something over there? I mean, feel free to still take watch, but like right. Whoa. Sorry. Oh, how do I do this?
Yes, that's a campfire.
This.
So you make a seed
Or a
pod, flower
broken barrel.
blossom, seed pod open, or a leaf bud bloom. Okay.
Yeah. So I was gonna just like plant the
Wow,
seeds
you can
and
do
then
that
go
from
ahead and
30
like.
feet away.
Yeah.
Is it radius or is it
It's not as
individual
far as you
object
can
per
throw an
cast?
axe, though.
Apparently.
I just love
So
that
the effect-
so much.
The effect must fit in a 5-foot cube. Instantly light or snuff out a candle, torch, or a small campfire. Interesting.
That is a giant area. That's almost their entire like farm area for a
What?
5-foot cube.
Mm-hmm.
What? No, that's only one.
Oh, it's only one little cube.
Yeah,
Got
one
it. My bad.
cube.
Sorry. I
Yeah,
thought this
Yeah.
was one
one
foot.
little cube.
No.
No, they're 5 feet.
Yeah,
5
but
feet
but I
squares.
can cast it. I can cast it like
From 30 feet away.
Yeah, and as often as I need to, because it's a cantrip, so I can like make little cabbages start sprouting.
20, 25, 30.
My cabbages.
It's
You could
it's
cast
an
it from
action, right?
here.
Well, yeah, but I'm also trying to like I was gonna offer to try to light their little bonfire over here if they wanted it for like to help with the stew while I'm planting stuff. It can be cooking.
Aldrius, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it.
so,
Welcome to the Pants Gang.
But I don't know if
Immediately-
that's what that is or not. Is that what that is that I'm next to? Is that like a little
Oh, that's
bonfire-y-
just that's a pile of wood.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Like,
Back
yeah, it's
to
a wood
the
pile.
plant.
Yeah, definitely don't light that on fire.
Yeah, I won't. Just checking.
Right, so you cast Druidcraft in this area right here. You're planting seeds, and as you're doing so, both the husband and wife team they come over here to see what you're doing, and are completely amazed as you just go down the road. You start planting seeds, and all of a sudden these things just start sprouting up, and both their jaws drop, and it's just like incredible. I haven't seen anything such like this in so long.
Sorry, I'm just to myself as I'm planting. Are they talking to me or do I like
No, they're just speaking out loud.
Okay.
They're speaking out loud as they're watching you just go around, just sprint around, just pew 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 pew, just like just
Finger
eat-
guns at the plant.
just like rapid seeding the ground all around
Ice
you.
pants,
It's
mate. I think it's time
absolutely
to drink some
amazing.
water.
Bullet seed.
Blue, thank you so much for the hydrate. I will
Like a
definitely
machine
be
gun.
doing that.
And,
I don't know my water though.
And they're watching these seeds sprout
Alright,
up.
that
and you're
one's
just like,
done.
and immediately you see both holding hands and just watching this grow up, and they're just, this is one of the best sights that we have seen in a long time. Ever
I'm
since
so
our
happy I
city,
could help.
thank you. Ever since our city was dragged into Avernus itself, it's been a tumult.
I'm
Since this
so
curse fell
sorry.
upon us.
I wish I could do more, but I'm happy to at least be able to nurture the earth and help the things to grow for food for everyone.
Thank you. There were so few of us that escaped from depths of Avernus itself. Hero of Baldur's Gate, as well as his companions, helped us along the road. Helped us reach the gate itself. We
All right, I'm back.
we
I
never
have my
thought
water
that we
now.
would find
And
home
I
again.
hydrated on my way back over here.
Then, of course, the attack happened. Fled from Baldur's Gate. We came here to New Corridale, finding hope for a new home. And then we thought we had lost that when the goblins and the rest of their like came in. This is hopeful. Especially after Zarya's disappearance. The hands of this warband.
Oh,
Thank you.
no, they have somebody
Wholeheartedly.
else
Understand when I'm
too.
working on
Yes,
on
the druid
stuff. I'm
that
trying
came
to
with
get
the elves.
missions done.
She was helping
I'm
try
trying to
and
stop by.
renew
Well, hello,
these plants
Blue.
here to try and
Welcome in.
renew the vegetation.
I'm
to help the
Super
people
happy to have you
feed
here, even for
themselves,
just
but
a couple of
alas,
minutes.
she was
And if
taken.
you need anything at all, you
Well,
let me
we
know.
are
I would be
planning
more
on
than
doing
happy
everything that we
to
can
assist in
to,
any way
to
that I
make sure
can.
these people are returned to you. My group and I have discussed it, and we're willing to do
Need to
whatever
turn
we
that
can
down.
to help. So
Okay. Hold on.
And
I was just saying that, you know, if you need anything at all, just let me know. I'm happy to have you here. But yeah, of course, Blue.
how did you even escape? Immediately, one of the tieflings, the tiefling man, he turns around. He turns to the rest of the group, and notice a somber look on his face. What was previously um, a slight smile turns to a frown. We come from the city that once rested along the river Kyanthar, just like Baldur's Gate. The druid lady's name was
okay, thank you.
Zarya. We once rested our heads in beds of fanciful making. It was a great city. We come from the lost city of Elturel, dragged into the hells itself through unknown means. We were some of the few that escaped from the city by the good graces of Helm, but we succumbed to its influence, as you could see. We were not always tiefling. No. We were once human.
I'm just gonna kind of like offer an encouraging smile, and then kind of just like awkwardly start moving away to the to help with the other plants.
And, Aldian,
Like
what
at
are you doing
all.
over there?
What? I was just looking down the road.
Why are you running over in that direction?
I was just looking down the road.
Aldian, you're muted in Discord. We're hearing you through Fate's mic.
My bad. I was saying I was just looking down the road. I'm sorry. Just looking around.
So you see the gates, and
Uh-huh.
the guards are both looking at you, kind of giving you a little bit of side eye, like, what is this guy trying to do?
I'm just looking. Can I roll perception and see what I see?
Well, you can't really see anything because I'm going to tell you right now, the gate is about 15 feet high.
What kind of wood is
It's
it?
pretty tall. It's basically
Tree.
made out of logs.
Tree
It is
wood.
made out of sharpened. Yes, it is basically sharpened logs hooked together through iron clasps, as far as you could tell. Really
Okay.
well crafted iron clasps that are hooking them all together and are being held together by these massive iron mounts on each of the walls on each side. You can tell that they're pretty sturdy doors, but yeah, you can't see over them. Not unless you were to walk up on the ramparts.
Okay.
Which,
What
the
about
guards are-
what about
guards
okay, so
wouldn't
there's
allow
some
you.
ramparts.
Yes.
How many actual guards are guarding the outer walls to this place?
As far as you could tell, they're sparsely guarded because the walls they expand around. Of course, the
Parsley?
farm here, sparsely, not parsley.
Sparsely guarded.
Sorry,
Good
I got
gravy.
excited. I'm around
They're guarded by
vegetables.
plants? No wonder the goblins came here and started attacking.
No. So, you see the guards are a little bit sparse. As far as you can tell, when you're walking into the main center of town, there are at most about. Oh, okay, just be an off-screen thing. Okay, so Gavitas, you could go back into town if you wanted to. Say that you went back into town. You approached Bernard and asked him if you could perform the burial rites, and of course, Bernard, he would ask your background. You could mention that you are a paladin.
Yeah,
and
with
that
the
you
Order of the Cup.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Bernard, he would brush aside the title of your group, but of course recognize a paladin in his time of service to Mayor Corydale. He'd say, "Yes, you could do so. Of course, we will be watching everything from the side here."
Okay.
Out of silence and respect.
I just kind of rolled stealth, cause I was like, there are people here, so I just was like,
Yes. Also, yeah, the
I just didn't
people-
want to have to explain again
No.
that I was just
The people,
rapid planting.
you can tell the people there, they're trying to do their best in order to till the field and prepare it for seeds and everything. It's just
Mhm.
they're really putting their hardest work into these fields to try and pick up the slack from not having the druid come in
Aw.
and just boop, 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 machine gun.
Yeah, I was gonna
know.
say I don't want to like make them feel bad or anything,
the
but
farmers
I'll
union.
just
Immediately,
yeah.
wait, are you machine gun planning?
Yeah, I was moving around. I actually have
So
finished now.
immediately, each of these people, they exchange looks off to the side. Their eyes they're not bulging out of their heads. They're just looking at each other like, is this happening? And so immediately, you see them kind of just bring their tools with them, and they kind of just step off to the side, just letting you do what you're going to do. And they just kind of just collectively walk over here to where they set their canteens against the wall. And they're going to take a break. They're going to let you do all the work.
Okay. Sounds
They're
good to
ju-
me.
They're just going to let you do all the work right there. They're just like, "Oof, forget this. You know, it's been hot.
Alrighty.
So you're just rapid machine gun planning stuff using Druidcraft, just
Yep.
running around trying to help out the people of New Corriedale.
Mhm.
And the people are just amazed. They're just like, wow. Ooh. Ah, it's kind of like watching a video of like cats just ping ponging, looking back and forth as you're just running back and forth in between the rows, like ding, ding, almost like a typewriter, ding, ding, just planting all these seeds. And they're just awestruck and amazed. And you're sitting there just taking sips and just like murmuring amongst each other. Wow. You know, just murmuring amongst each other at the speed that you're doing this and everything. Is anybody else doing anything else in particular other than Fate rapid planning over here?
No, I think we're just watching. We're just
Yeah, I think I
Clearly
think
we're very
now would be a
useful
good time
right
to
now.
end the day.
Yes. So as after
You can like hand her the belt of seeds like a machine gun. You can be-
So immediately, the party, as you walk by each of the people, each of these hard workers, Fate, you see them stand up, and each of them,
Oh.
they each reach out to extend like a hand or something, like pat you on the shoulder and everything, pat you on the back, and giving you a general round of thanks.
Oh, I'll kind of like I'll do like a little curtsy and be like, "Oh, my pleasure. I'm happy to help.
And
Thank you
they'll each,
all for
they,
everything that you've done to help prepare the soil."
and they thank you in kind, and each and every one of them is going to return back into town as they return back to the living quarters that way.
And I'll look at the tree
And
and I'll
to
make my way back over. Is Evan in the pen, or can I like go pet him and just like hang out with him while everybody decides what to do?
I thought we had just decided that we
He's
were going to end the
Oh,
day.
okay, that's fine.
he's
Yeah,
been
just
he has been moved back into the pen, and about the same time you'll notice that let's see, Gavitas is coming back from this burial ceremony. Are you wearing your armor, or are you wearing any sort
the
of
vestments
like
currently.
just the vestments? Okay.
Yes.
You see him come back to the group. You see him come back with his vestments on, and a few other objects in hands. And of course, Agnar was traveling with him. Okay, so Agnar was traveling with Gavitas. Watch these rites performed.
is that is where he buried them, is that on the way back out, or should I go and join the should I go and make the flowers bloom now?
I mean, you could make the flowers bloom now if you wanted to.
Okay.
But where they're located specifically, well, that's the thing. You've been here planting seeds this whole time and running around and doing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that and y'all just fought a whole bunch of goblins. So, I mean, a little bit of backtracking, but I mean, he ran off. Gavitas, did you tell anybody else that you were going off and doing this?
I would have made it known to whoever was not already like tied up doing anything.
Okay, so Fate, you wouldn't know that any of this was happening.
All right, I missed my chance.
Yeah, 'cause you were
then.
busy.
You were running out in the field just.
Then I'll
Yeah,
just
just-
I'll
Just
just
planting the
kind of I'll just kind of go over to Aldian and lean on him and be like, "Whew." kind of like got dirt all over me or something, like little smuts on my face. Just like, whew, that's a lot of seeds.
I gently dust you off.
Aw. Thanks, babe.
And the couple says, well, if nothing else, thank you for everything that you've done. We'll both start on the stew as soon as possible. And see them both go running inside this little cabin over here. And you see, actually, the male tiefling, he goes running over to the wood pile over here and grabs some wood here for the stove to try and heat everything up. So he grabs that and he goes running inside with an armful of wood.
Do you think they have any tea in there?
Oh, tea
I
sounds
think they got coffee.
amazing.
Our coffee.
Are you saying this out
Coffee
loud?
Sounds great.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
as
Catherine,
this, as he
thank you
comes
so
running
much for
back
the lurk.
inside,
I
he
really
goes,
appreciate it.
Dearest, could you hold on a second. Did you bring the pot out? Did you bring the pot to cook up the tea? Thought you meant the pot to cook the stew. No. The pot for the tea. It's in the other cabin. The other cabin.
I
Yes,
could
we
go
gave
get
it to
it.
them. We gave it to them so they could fix tea, so she could relax. Oh,
Oh, the
right.
baby.
I forgot about that. Hang on a second. Sorry, we do not have it. That is a Varric. Immediately he yells off in the distance. He goes, "Yes, Varric, do you have the tea kettle? You know the teapot that we gave you? Oh yes, I do. We cleaned it out earlier. Hold on a second. I'll get that for you. It's actually I could prepare tea over here if that's okay with you. Go ahead. Wait. Tea or
I could
coffee?
prepare the tea if you'd like.
Oh yeah, you
See.
definitely let her prepare tea. She's really good at it.
There should be
Uh-oh.
actually. There should
What do
be.
I need to roll?
There should be kitchenettes in each of these cabins, so you should be able to fix the tea in any one of them. And Varric goes running inside.
Are
and
these
you hear
cabins the
some-
ones that we're staying in?
Yes, each of these
Okay.
3 cabins right here with the 2 beds each are the ones that you're going to be staying in.
Dibs on the one closest to the vegetables.
Oh my gosh!
Right. So
But yeah,
She's just like
y'all are
looking
going to be
out the
staying in
window
these
at 'em all
cabins.
Yeah, that'd be us.
And
Can I sleep on a
here-
tree?
here's some loud clanking and whatnot coming from inside Varric's house, and then he comes running out with this kettle in hand, and he goes running over to you. Wait, who's the one who wanted it first?
Uh, this.
What? I thought
girl?
Amelia.
Amelia.
yeah, I thought
so
Amelia?
Amelia wanted it.
So
I
Yeah.
wanted
He
a tea
turns
for
to-
everyone.
Amelia, and he says, here is the kettle. I've already put some of the leaves inside, so all you need is the water. And he points over towards his barrel right here, and he says, inside that barrel is the fresh water that we could muster.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Do I
It
need
is
to roll
my
anything
pleasure.
for this? Because it would be really ironic if I
Um,
can't make
Yeah,
tea.
what's your tea making stat?
What's my tea
So-
making stat?
That'd be performance,
Let
but I
me-
mean that bucket's heavy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, for a pregnant lady,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
heavy.
no. Oh no, she
Alright.
doesn't have a bucket. She's just filling a kettle full of
Yeah.
water.
Oh, oh my gosh.
What in the
Oh,
world?
this is the best tea. I told
Okay.
you she was good
I
at
can
it.
make ceremonial.
Okay,
grade
so
tea.
This is going to be the
With a-
worst when we actually do combat again, and
Yeah,
then
that's why I
and then
asked
Emil
it,
just
like-
has horrible rolls, just rolls a 1.
So with a 21,
Amelia's
and
a social character.
critical,
Right.
With a
Yeah, I am.
critical at that, being the cleric, she is like, she not only provides the best herbal tea possible, she finds a way to give it healing properties. So for everybody,
Ooh.
hang on a second.
Take mine to
For
go,
everybody, I would like you all to go into your character sheets. You can add, let me see here. You could add 3 temporary hit points to each of your sheets. Below
Yay.
your hit points, add 3 temporary hit points on each of your character sheets.
Got it.
So,
Also, sorry, I was
Yes?
gonna say, cause does this help the pregnant lady too? Like, cause can it help with some of her pains then also?
That's a good idea.
oh yes, if you wanted to share the tea with her, you could.
I think we should, like, poor things out here trying to like lift buckets and stuff. And she's
Yeah, and
having a
Varric
whole
just
baby,
watching
like,
her.
Yeah, like let's
He did no such thing.
let's
He
just
he
share
literally
it.
was just like,
Don't-
"Dear,
Yeah,
stop!"
he was-
But if he had been
Yeah,
a good
he
husband,
didn't take
he'd have just
it.
taken it.
No. Who's to say that Varric didn't see what she was doing because he had this massive horse in front of him?
That's true. He did just.
He
hear
literally
grunting
said,
and
"Dear,
told
stop
her
trying to lift the
stop.
bucket."
Yeah. You would have
Well, you
just
heard her
grabbed it
straining.
from me, but
She's
it's
an
whatever.
independent elf woman.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Listen. I used to be independent. Icy broke me of that real quick. He's just like, don't.
Thank you for the stretch,
dare."
Floofy. I appreciate it.
So this tea is absolutely
Oh,
bussin'. It is
Delicious.
slapping. It is
Thank you so
absolutely the
much.
best. The best tea that you've ever had that has ever graced your taste buds ever.
Yeah. Thank
And
you, Amelia.
it tastes
You're
so
welcome.
good that it feels like it rejuvenates you.
Okay, now I'm gonna go back to be a tsundere and go into the cabin. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of.
So the tieflings they fix this food, and for each of these cabins, each of them should have like a table or so each with about so many chairs, and they'll go around to each cabin, whichever cabins you guys choose, and set a couple of hot bowls of this venison vegetable stew that smells absolutely immaculate as they set it out on each table right here. And for Fate specifically, you said you requested the vegetables, correct?
Yes. Just some
So
cabbage.
the wife, she stops in here, and she has a tray full of these bowls, and she has one specifically that she sets. It doesn't have quite as much in it as the others, that's just because it didn't have any venison, but it does have more vegetables in it. So she sets that bowl right there, sets
Thank
that bowl
you.
right there, and she just curtsies and goes running off to the next cabin, wherever people are staying. She sets more on this table over here, and then she
Alright,
goes over to
take my-
this cabin
Take my.
and sets some on this table over here. So she goes around to each one, and she says, "Thank you again for helping us out, and have a good night. Enjoy your meal."
Thank you so
and-
much.
She'll go back to her cabin where her husband is, and they'll close the door.
I'm a slow eater, babe. I'll be in bed in a second.
Right, so Vistra is going to retire down here to this cabin right here, seeing as nobody's claimed it just yet. And she's going to enjoy this bowl that's set in here. And Varric, of course, is going to return back to his cabin where his wife is at.
Oh, what happened? My
Oh,
my
When
I vanished?
Varric... Oh, yeah.
yeah, you
vanished.
did.
my character. I vanished. I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
you might have hit the backspace button.
I
deleted.
didn't. I was only using my
Oh,
mouse.
no.
What happened?
Maybe-
Hang
I
on.
don't know.
I'm going to drop you back in, and boom.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Fate, how did you do that?
You're welcome.
Oh,
Where were you?
no, I've
Oh,
gone.
no.
I was
Draw?
leaving now.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
You're clicking the wrong buttons.
She spilled all the tea. That's what the yellow.
No,
Ah!
I didn't.
And
it was.
oh,
I'm weak
Ah,
because I
it's-
didn't have
Wow.
any.
Yeah, because you didn't have any
Fine.
meat.
while this
I'm
is
good. I'm back now.
while this is all going down and whatnot,
when-
while you are all, yes, go ahead.
When
just like,
Varric goes to
"Surprise!"
take the food, I completely forgot about this earlier because he had mentioned that there was no medic and nobody to check on the pregnancy and how everything
Yes.
was going along. I would like to ask his permission to maybe see how far along she is and how close
Oh,
she actually is because
I
I have
tried
a medical
that.
background.
Roll a actually, let's see. So you would actually be entering into the cabin, so you're not actually going into the cabin with your character,
Yes.
but roll a medicine check.
Okay.
I tried to do that earlier.
Ah, dang. Neutral 10.
All right. So with the 10, you could discern that she's fairly pregnant. And Fate, if you are a little bit curious yourself.
Yeah. Because that's why I was asking her all the questions earlier. I was like, is there anything I can do to help? So medicine?
Correct.
She's fairly far along, but
Which is
I've
somewhere.
not looked at many elf pregnancies.
Gosh.
Yeah, you wouldn't know any better either.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
You know
doing
as much as
so
Vegeta's.
well in combat though, cause like, I'm a scholar. How come I'm so dumb? Jeez. Like I've had an
So-
entire baby before, and I'm just like, I don't know what's happening.
you could discern that she's very pregnant, but not how pregnant you don't exactly know for certain, but you know that she's
Okay.
very pregnant. But anywho, with that being said, for each of you, as you finish your meals and as you find your places of rest, I'd like for each and every one of you to take a long rest, because you could take a safe long rest because you're safe within the walls of New Corriedale. And while you're doing that, on your character sheets, you'll click long rest. It should restore your spell slots and your health. If it doesn't, then you could go ahead and restore that.
Are we keeping the temporary hit points after the long rest?
Yes, you're keeping the temporary hit
Okay.
points.
This
They're
is
going to
really
last.
good tea.
Yes.
We have
so
some
I'm
extra
going
tea
to-
for the morning.
Okay.
I have to
Oh,
run
man.
to the
Where?
outhouse real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Does
We
anybody
just
know
see Varric dashing to
Is
the
it?
outhouse.
where the long rest button is again? I
It's
found it, never
on the
mind.
right side. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, I thought that I had. Do you start out with only 2 spell slots?
You're level 1, so I would imagine only
Probably.
having 2 is about right. I don't
Okay.
get any spell slots until level 2.
Okay. I just wanted to check because like I have 3
What's
spells.
you're druid, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So for a lot of the caster classes, you can have more spells than you have slots to be able to cast those spells.
Gotcha. Okay.
In
yeah,
fact,
and I was.
like for you, when you get up more, you actually you'll have all these different spells. Like one will be a second level spell slot or whatever, but you can
Mhm.
actually pick how many spells you're taking, based on a certain amount, based on your character stats and all this other stuff,
Right.
and depending on what class you are. So like for paladin, based on the charisma, I can take a certain amount of spells, and they can be of any spell slot, even if, like, let's say I can take 3 spells. I have like 3 level 1 spell slots and 1 level 2 spell slot. I could just take all 3 level 2 spells and not use my first level spell slots at all for casting.
Oh, okay. And I know that when I get higher level, I can use the same spells that I had at level 1, but I can cast them as second level or higher.
If the
so-
spell says it.
Yeah.
And then,
Like
well,
a
actually,
couple of
hold
these
up.
do.
I believe you can always do it, but some spells act the same even if you expend a second level spell slot. If it says like, oh, if you cast it with a higher spell slot, it gains extra things, then
Yeah.
you get those. But otherwise, it would just be you're using a level 2 spell slot just to cast a level 1 spell.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like mana in like a traditional game where like it's a point pool. It's like set amounts.
Right. And
yes,
I
we're
have
doing a
ritual
2-hour
casting, which is
session.
really cool too. So
Yeah,
like,
ritual casting is really cool. If we'll ask Crimson when he gets back if we're
No.
running Crimson. Are we running material for
I'm here.
casting?
Material for casting.
Just like a
Um,
campaign question.
I wouldn't know that off the top of my head, actually.
I'm covered either way
Because-
because I
yeah.
snuck in a special staff in my bio and it got approved. So
Yeah. Well, a lot of classes have like focuses.
Spirit of
that-
nostalgia.
yeah,
Welcome
like
in.
mine's
A lot of
mistletoe and
requirements.
shamrock.
Exactly,
So, but
yeah.
I
So
A
I
have the
s-
kit and B I snuck in a.
I mean,
Yeah.
we could, if
Yeah.
we are wanting to go a little bit beyond our normal time boundaries, we could, if you'd like to. But we do have 9 minutes left until that 2-hour mark. Depends
Yeah,
on
'cause,
what you guys would want to do.
Right here at the 2-hour mark is going to be like right around the time when I need to start figuring out about dinner and whatnot for the family. So
Oh.
You just
Uh,
had stew, dude. You
Dude.
just had
Yeah.
stew.
look, I get
oh,
hungry. Okay.
just had
No. I
You had
should've
the
been-
best tea ever in stew. You're like, hey man, I gotta go get dinner. You just are Goku, dude.
Yeah.
You can't stop finding people to fight, and you won't stop eating.
Listen, at least
Yeah.
I'm smarter than Goku. Okay.
You are. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that wasn't your dump stat.
I feel really silly because I could have been like peeling potatoes this entire time.
You're
but,
fine.
I can work on
Oh.
that now if you wanna.
No, don't worry about it.
Well, I mean,
So
I was gonna say I can do that and do this at the same time though, so it would just dinner would be a little bit late.
So,
Okay.
all right. Have you guys already clicked long rest on each of your character
Yes.
sheets?
Yep.
When I
Yes.
clicked long rest, it didn't. I had to re-put in my stuff manually. Is that normally the case for like my lay on hands pool?
It
and that?
happens sometimes.
Okay. I didn't know if
It
it was
happens
Hello,
supposed
Wes,
to
welcome
automatically
in.
refresh that.
So gotta fuel that Super Saiyan mode. Yeah.
Yeah, so what it did for me was it
I don't know if
went
you
back
if you
to my
saw
slots remaining and it
uh,
refreshed that for me,
during
but
the
I
last
had
session.
to go back and like manually.
I don't remember if you saw during the last session, Spirit and Nostalgia, but there was we had initiated combat, and I threw an axe way farther than I should have been able to, and just completely murked a goblin from 55 feet away. It was great.
Is like to stop right here or to move on to the next area.
I'm good to keep going, but if other people have to go do stuff, I'm happy to stop here.
I wouldn't mind at
It's
least
actually-
Same
getting
here.
to the next area,
Yeah. It's
and
a
then
pretty
maybe
cool place to stop. But if we want to like kind of see what's coming up,
I think getting to the next area would also save us a little bit of time during the next session, because then we wouldn't have to
Yeah.
worry about like
Yeah.
like yeah, we're gonna
Introduction
head out
stuff.
now, and then all that stuff. So I think let's get to the new area, and then we can stop.
yeah.
All right. So for all intents and purposes, are you guys going to do anything when you wake up, or
My only thing was I'd like to check on the pregnant lady, like just kind of see how she's feeling and stuff. Like, is there any tea left over? Because I'd like if we could give her like, because morning sickness is.
So Spirit of Nostalgia, if you go to my
Suck
YouTube
it.
channel, it's
No.
on there, and it's about like
Between-
an hour and
all of
10
you
minutes into the
guys-
we
into
drink
the
all of it,
episode.
okay.
Like right around the hour and 10
between
minute
all
mark
of you guys,
is
the
when
two
that
things,
happens.
And even there were some shared with the guards that are guarding the gate over here. You would notice that the pot is completely empty. The kettle is empty. Not a drop is left.
Okay. I guess that's it then. I'd at least like to just poke my head and be like, I hope you feel better. Best of luck with the baby. Bye.
To answer your question, I would be doing like morning exercises and stuff, just like some push-ups, some
course you would.
sit-ups,
Yeah.
that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, whatever.
Saitama
Shut
workout.
up!
Yeah.
Goku workout before we
Yeah,
head
they go-
out.
Listen, no, because if I were working out like Goku, I probably would have been like doing handstand push-ups and being really, really extra. This is just
Yeah.
push-ups and sit-ups.
Yeah, but then we're
Oh.
gonna find out that you're wearing 100 kilograms of training weights on your normal.
Yeah,
body.
well, he's
Yeah.
still in his heavy armor.
Yeah.
What-
Wearing yeah, that's how I was able to stealth in heavy armor. It's
Oh,
not that
that's
heavy,
fine.
guys.
Another-
Training.
That's another question, Mr. DM. Do we are you running any rules on sleeping in armor?
I mean, my buddy isn't doing that in his campaign,
Okay.
and it's okay.
It's
So,
like a
not exactly.
like- yeah, it's like a variant rule. I was
Yeah, that's
just
a
asking.
very super specific ruling, I feel like.
I mean,
That
Like-
was a rough sentence for you.
yeah.
Words are hard. Reading is hard.
You're
I mean-
tired from doing sit-ups and chainmail.
No.
You're covered in scales, Mr. Dragonborn, but some of us have skin, and
Oh.
sleeping in armor can chafe. So I wanted to ask.
Oh. That's wild.
When I
mean,
wake up, I'm gonna light a stick of incense and a candle, and do morning prayers. But beyond
Nice.
that, nothing.
Agnar would be as well.
Oh yeah, the pious cabin. Is this like
Yeah.
Survivor?
yes.
Yeah.
Also, thanks for letting me share a cabin with my husband, guys. I appreciate it. Y'all wouldn't the clinking
Goals,
with the
jeez.
sit-ups and stuff. Like, trust me, he's terrible roommate.
Here, what? Let's see. Okay, Agnar would just be praying at his bedside, and Avistra, she would be scrolling through one of the tomes that she has in her packs.
Doom scrolling.
Kind of just reading through. She's looking through her notes to see if she can find anything on Durgeddon the Black, the dwarf that was mentioned earlier in town. Not the guy that was kidnapped, but the guy that was kidnapped was interested in Durgeddon.
Right. Okay.
So, with that being said, is that all you guys are going to do there?
Yeah, I just
Yeah, I
wish
think
that
so.
there was something I could do to help this poor pregnant lady.
Yeah,
We're gonna go
there's
kill
nothing you
goblins.
can really
That's gonna be
do.
plenty help for
And
her.
if you were to stand outside of her house, you notice that, or outside of the cabin, you would notice that Varric is very quietly. He quietly walks out the door, and as he opens the door, you hear the sound.
Oh.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
good. Good. Get some
He clo-
rest.
he closes the door behind him, and he doesn't even notice you at first. He goes, oh, thank goodness. Oh,
Sorry,
scared me.
I
I'm
just wanted to
super
check-
stealthy.
I just wanted to check on your wife, but she's sleeping, so we won't disturb her. We're gonna head out now and see what else we can do to help you guys. Take good care of her. Don't let her lift any more heavy buckets or anything. She needs bed rest.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And I'm going to get Eben Dusk over here. He's going to help us lead the way. So he's going to walk over here, and theater of the mind. He's going to walk over here and take Eben Dusk from his stable and hop on Eben Dusk's back after he puts a saddle on top of him. And
Oh, an elf
see, I'm
uses
going
a
to
saddle.
then, yes, a little civilized. So I'm going to bring us over to this next area, but before I do, I'm going to change the music.
I'm gonna assume that I was able to pet the horse.
Oh.
Yes, you could pet the horse. He would allow you to pet the
Yay.
horse.
Thank you.
Roll for
And
performance. See if you actually
changing-
accidentally punch the horse.
Changing-
No, I would never risk punching
I'm
a horse.
dying. This is great.
changing scenery and not punching animals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, I would
exactly.
He
never.
leads you
Stop punching
He leads you-
everything.
through.
Works
Stop
since we
the horse
got
would be a
here.
good fight.
Leads you through the woods up a trail to a certain point, and he says, "Okay, I can't go any further. This is too close to Torrens' demise. If I move any further, I myself might be endangered, and I have someone to come back home to. You lot, I wish you the best."
Sorry, this is not being said to him. I just find that phrasing of that sentence funny. Like, oh yeah, I have somebody to come back to. You guys though, you guys are expendable.
That was
And,
phrased kind of
it's
like,
just-
okay. He's worried about
Dang,
his
dude.
life.
I get it,
Dang,
and
dude.
I know,
Yeah,
and that's why I was
before-
like, I'm not saying that to
before-
him.
Before he turns to leave, he says, "Oh, one more thing. If you do happen upon any more goblins, I would suggest looking at their arms for any particular markings. The goblins that have signed a pact with our people," he says as he rolls up his sleeve, he reveals a solid green band around his arm with thorns interweaved and woven around that green band.
Is it like a tattoo?
Points to it. Yes, it's a
Okay.
permanent tattoo. And he says, each and every adult from both of our villages, from tribes, has this etched onto their very arms. If you see this on a goblin's arm, do not combat them. Try to reason with them if at all possible. They are our allies. And I'd like
Oh.
everybody to make a history check real quick.
Boy, my favorite.
if
My
at all
gosh, we
possible.
should all just take a history. It's like
I'm
the
smart
most popular
finally.
role.
I'm
Why?
actually so smart
So,
this time.
I
As he
think I lost
gallops
my
away-
brain cells after that last one.
As he gallops away,
Dang it.
and as each of you guys makes these history checks, let me get Vistra also to make her roll. For anybody who rolled above a 12, you would begin to feel this feeling of dread, as some of you would remember and recognize that some of these goblins, that specific marking on their arms, the ones that you killed.
Well, it's been real, guys. I'm just gonna.
I I was just thinking, oh great, like Mr. Axe Happy over here. Like we're gonna have to like be like, hey, can you show us your arms, please? Like
Listen, one of them was trying to pull a lady out of the cart by
he
her
might have
feet.
been trying to help
No,
her.
you never pull on a
Yeah.
woman by her feet.
That's fair.
Like,
I'm not sure
and
if it was,
besides,
like,
I don't-
a
and
penalty of
besides,
death, but
and besides, she definitely would not have been thanking us if we hadn't been doing them a favor.
yeah.
She would have been like, "Oh my gosh, those goblins were our friends," not, "Oh, thank you for saving me from a potential death."
Yeah,
was
well, but
screaming.
also
She
to
was
be fair,
screaming.
like they might have been mind controlled or something.
So
Well, there was nothing for it then
let's
either.
see. So Fate. Let's see. Amelia. Let's see. Agnar and Aldian. You would recognize that only spare few of the goblins actually had that tattoo on their arm. There were some that didn't.
Okay.
And one of the goblins that didn't have that marking on his arm was the one that was pulling the woman out of the cart.
See,
Okay. Well, okay. I said that's fair. I don't know if he deserved death for pulling on her legs to help her, but like that's fair.
And
So,
see, Buggy said
with
beyond
that,
death.
okay. All right.
With that,
You've grabbed my leg
You-
before.
you have all been put upon this trail leading to what you understand is the way to Torin's demise. From what Varric told you, the way is riddled with traps, but there is a thick fog over the area, which isn't exactly going to help with traversing through.
I mean,
and
spirit of
making
nostalgia, if
to
it comes
Torin's
down to it,
demise. So,
and
where we
it's
leave off
being
here,
nefarious,
you're on the path to Torin's demise.
I can't
There's a
say
thick
no.
fog. You can't see very far ahead of you. All you know is there are traps ahead, there are goblins ahead, there are bugbears ahead, there are hobgoblins ahead. Oh my. Who knows what you're going to find in session 4 on the way to Torin's demise. And that'll be the end of this session.
Excellent. Okay. Alden, don't just immediately throw your axe at things. Probably.
And no more punching horses.
I never
Yeah,
punched
no
a
punching
horse.
horses. They're my friends.
I never punched a horse.
You've never punched a horse.
Never punched a
Really?
horse.
FYI,
Okay,
if you've never
it
seen
may have been a
Goblin Slayer
wild
before,
shaped
don't watch it.
druid as a horse, but technically not a horse.
hmm Also, okay,
A bit
noted. I
tough
will
would be
not
overstating.
watch Goblin Slayer.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart.
Okay.
Not for the faint of heart. Episode 1 immediately like, okay, this is going one direction, and it immediately pedaled to the
Yeah.
metal. It's just like, oh, this is not what I expected this was gonna happen.
And
The
then,
manga's
then
way
after
worse.
That, it's like, oh, now it's a generic show again.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
They had
Oh.
to they had to be more tame.
Yeah,
I'll stick with like seventh time loop.
They did it for the shock value.
yeah.
Little cutesy.
And boy,
shell
what a shock
animes.
value it
Yeah,
was.
you should watch Berserk
Yes.
instead.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, also
No.
this new one that Crunchyroll like keeps promoting or whatever. Nobody watch it.
Dan to Dan.
Apparently, yeah, it's apparently
one?
pretty insane.
Which
So
one?
like,
Dan to
Which
Dan,
one?
is it?
yeah,
Oh, I was gonna watch Dan to Dan. I'm not
It's-
gonna lie.
I don't think you'll want to. I haven't seen it either. I've just heard enough about it to know that I don't want to watch it. I heard a TikTok audio about it and I was just like, oh yeah, no.
Oh, but it says it's a romantic comedy on Wikipedia.
Oh,
Wait,
I
does
love
it
romantic
really?
Comedies.
It says-
Oh, those
It
are
says
great.
action, romantic comedy, supernatural thriller.
Oh. Oh yeah.
oh my gosh.
Alden,
What?
stop that. I love how
With
I'm
that being
accidentally
said-
calling you by
Oh my
by
gosh.
your game name. You have too many names, honey.
Oh,
The
pick
man of
one.
many names.
Right. Also,
So,
yeah,
yes.
you're gonna have to figure out a way to work more like rock band names into this because I love like we had Smashing Pumpkins,
my
then
God.
we had Dire
Yes.
Straits. Like we
It's-
gotta
yeah.
just
We're
that's gotta
just
be a running
JoJoing it up.
thing. But that was a lot of fun. Thanks.
Yes.
I'm really sorry that I was late. It was kind of a rough day for me, but I'm super glad that I got to be here.
We're
Not that
happy
late.
you made it
all good.
too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, no, they're counting on me. I'm not gonna not be there. So I'm sorry if I was annoying with my with having to make you
No,
repeat stuff,
No,
but
no,
like,
no.
you're not annoying at all. No, no.
Yeah,
oh,
you're not
thank
annoying,
you.
dear.
I was worried because I was like I was trying to listen and I was and then I had to eat pretzels 'cause stupid medicine was making my stomach hurt. Like I've just anyway. Thanks. I'm just trying to say thank you. Like I had a great time and I'm glad I could be here.
Absolutely. So our next session will be November 9th,
Yeah, so you can have some pretzels.
and
Here you go.
we will be picking up where we left off
Yeah,
here in a
grab a
very,
plate.
very foggy area.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
We're picking up in a very,
We'll
very
be
foggy area.
Gotcha.
yes.
I gotta find my wife.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
was
seen Mary?
yeah.
I Tails, I miss my wife. I miss my wife, Tails.
I miss my
still
wife
unmuted here.
Bumblebee.
I love this.
Uh-oh.
What?
All of those pretzels just dumped across your
I'm
microphone.
so sorry.
No, the
was-
bird brought those to you too.
Yeah, I was sharing with Buggy
Do the
a bunch
the
of small
birds run
bugs in a trench
7-Eleven?
coat.
Small bugs.
I guess for anybody that
And
doesn't know, Buggy's our daughter. She came over and wanted my pretzels.
Oh,
Family goals. I love family streamers. This is great.
Oh man, you should watch our we do golf around. Buggy is like the queen of chaos for that. But it's so funny because apparently we sound exactly alike. So she'll say something and people will think it's me. She
oof.
takes advantage of that sometimes. I'm like, no, that wasn't me, I promise.
All right. Well, I guess that's that then. I'll go ahead and I'll do outro stuff for my stream and whatnot. So thanks so much
Peace.
for
have
the
a
for the
good night.
session,
Have
and
a
we'll
great second dinner.
yeah.
Oh,
Thanks,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I
God bless
Also-
you
low
guys.
key kind of want some
Yes.
cabbage stew now.
Ooh. Mood.
Also, when you can,
Mhm.
let me know when you upload it on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll be uploading it probably tomorrow once the VOD gets fully uploaded to Twitch.
Oh, also,
Gotcha.
in about an hour, I'm going to be streaming Pal World. So,
Ooh.
Ooh.
yeah. I kept
People under
I kept
lawsuit.
thinking I want to be able to stream these too, but I just knew like sometimes, so far I've done well and I've been here every time, but I'm so afraid that I'm gonna like have a flare up and not be able to be here. So I didn't want anybody to miss it. So thank goodness for Icy.
All right. Well, you guys have a blessed evening.
You too.
I'll see
Alright.
you
Yeah, it
guys.
was great to
Bless
talk to you guys.
you.
Bye-bye,
Peace
everybody.
out,
well.
guys.
Great to play.
Bye.
Have a great
Bye.
night.
See you in 2
Bye,
weeks.
guys.
Yeah, see you in 2 weeks.
Hey, everyone.
2
2
weeks.
weeks.
2
Woo.
weeks.
Mhm.
Alrighty, chat. It is time for us to end once again. Alrighty. So, thank you so much, everybody, for coming by, hanging out with me. I got several new followers, and I didn't even realize it, but I hit 306 followers now. I didn't even realize I hit the 300 follower mark. Like, I'm so blown away. So thank you so much, everybody. Really appreciate you being here. We're gonna be raiding into we're gonna raid into a new person that I just met through a oh no wait, no, they're not streaming anymore. We're gonna raid into Nightwolf. He's doing some artwork. He be doing some artwork.
Since I can.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Anyway, so let me me get that going. Slash raid. All right, there we go. All right, we're gonna be raiding into Nightwolf. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming by. Really appreciate you being here. Kitty Pants will be streaming in about an hour. She'll be playing some Pal World, and she'll be hanging out with you guys if you want to do that. Thank you so much, Icy Jackets and V Vixen, for the raids. Really appreciate it. You guys are superstars. Really, really love it. Also, there is the free raid message. I'll go ahead and grab the I got it. Okay, so there's the subscriber raid message as well. So make sure that you copy and paste one of the two messages. If you're a follower, you just grab the one with the cats. I know you're a good mod. I'm gonna make a command soon for this. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming by, hanging out, streaming. I will be back live again on Monday. Love you guys. I will see you all later. Bye bye, everybody.